Okay, so we're actually up
Mark,
to...
you told me I didn't need to make a new character in preparation.
Yeah.
Dark session.
We are up to session 26 for this group.
Mm-hmm.
And this one has actually had 250 sessions that Jeremy's put up with me for.
This one?
This group has, yes, 250 sessions all up. This is the original Shadowrun group.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
So Jeremy has put up with me for a long time. And that's fortnightly too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that you're that.
That's 10 years of gaming.
Yes.
So, tonight we have Jeremy, who's playing...
The evening. Playing Peladier, the Atruaghin elk clan, outcast, somewhat outcast Atruaghin elk clan.
You're actually really loved, but...
Yeah, there's arguments about either way.
Outcast from his own people, though.
But, well, sort of.
You got told to bugger off.
He's told the fact that he's let you understand that he's come through without his... When you saw him next, he was without a lot of the clan accoutrements.
No.
Yes.
So, he doesn't really talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
So no one talks about Fight Club.
But yes, a scout of the clan that is now wandering the wider world,
Yes.
trying to find himself or something.
And then we have Stefan, the infamous.
Yeah. Playing Tidal Rift, Water Denazi Monk. Lots of escapades that weren't meant to happen but did. Has a daughter didn't even know about. And
She's very cute.
so I'm told. Has another book on the way, which
Sidelong
isn't written
rounds.
by him.
Yeah.
And
Are they the best sort of books?
they are, as far as I'm concerned, they're fantastic. The rest of the world isn't so sure, but I think they're fantastic.
And they've managed to make it into multiple games now.
They have. Yep. It's a multi-genre
Well,
worlds.
All games this week run in the same universe and
Of course. So,
Yeah.
yes, other people have met your books.
Yep.
And Stefan's had their grown when the books came out.
Yeah. Much my own demise.
Depending upon if they're written at the time. Because some of the games are on a slightly different timeline.
They
Yes.
Yeah. That means a god somewhere has picked one up and gone, hey, I want this back in time. So they're just distributing it a long time. Thanks.
Well, you got
He's
one
in
of the
front
early
of you with a
ones.
dog-eared copy. Says, "I'm a massive fan. Please sign this."
Apparently.
I haven't written that one yet.
So we're going to find a tomb somewhere with a library in it that's got some of his books in.
From the future.
Yes,
Time travel
1,000
does work in
years
this
old,
world.
but from the future.
Or I'll
And you'll-
get in trouble with my god again, and it'll just be, can you sign this book for me? It's like, oh god.
This is a contract releasing me of your service. This isn't right. Okay.
Well, the sphere of water in this is also a sphere of time. And time
Yeah.
travel is part of the way you become a god in that sphere.
Yeah.
Do you want to become a god?
Nope.
Too much responsibility.
Like a daughter is enough responsibility.
Well, you could
and
be
you
the
don't
father
even-
of a new race.
You don't even look after her.
I don't know where she is.
You're never a good father then.
So neglectful.
So bad.
So no wonder they
It
filled the whole
happened
book.
while during the 3 years we were in that bloody place.
Yeah?
Well, you know,
Good father, you'd have got out.
Yeah. That's probably what she says.
Enough ribbing.
Anywho, we have a Drew.
And then we have Drew.
Hello, I am Drew. I am playing the inquisitive gnomish rogue
With the tattoo of interest.
with the tattoo of a map called Elijoybel or Fnippa Rauna of indeterminate sex and allegiance.
The tattoo is, yes, the tattoo has...
Well, I'm tending towards warlock, so I'm thinking it might be like, let's lean into this, be a little bit more, all right, embrace.
Use your own
Maybe, I don't know.
Use your own chest as a power source.
Well, it worked for Iron Man, so
That's true.
And then we have Paul.
Who is Lowell, who's a celestial warlock. So
I want to be like you.
Celestial warlock.
No, the jungle.
You have more chance of being a fiendish warlock than a celestial warlock.
Yeah.
Unless you want. Now it
unless you
comes
want-
out that
unless
this
you
is
want to
actually bad.
Yeah.
I thought this might have just been God touched, like him,
No.
or like him,
He said
or
like
someone
you.
else.
He said like you. not
Continue.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, you did commune with a demon.
Yeah,
And I said, this isn't what I asked for, and it goes, fine.
Out of planar beings, all the same, aren't they?
No.
I mean, one person's demon is another person's,
Demon?
celestial.
No.
They're all just...
From a
there's
certain
no,
point of view,
there's
that's
no,
correct.
I mean,
From
they're
a
all
certain
shades
point
of
of view.
grey, right?
Well, fiends are gods too.
See? Ha! Got it.
They're all immortals.
Keep going.
Except they're all immortals, and there are no gods, as you've said.
Well, there's a little G and the big G. No one talks to the big G, but people talk to the little G. Okay, so last time we had a certain character get sucked into a mirror and disappear.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Not volunteer.
Well, you change places with a person in a mirror, and
Mm.
then everyone else got a brain fry.
Yes.
Yes.
And by the time they woke up, they're just
I
sort
don't
of,
need to create a new character, but you guys will do.
they're sort of staring at the ceiling with the
Yeah.
everything hurts.
Much owies.
Did we?
Yep.
Yeah.
Basically, you were within something that completely overwhelmed you.
Oh, right, yeah, okay.
So what are you doing after you wake up and go, oh?
And you realize that at least a day has passed since you had basically...
Alright, I have a lot of notes from last session. Where we pretty much well figured out the the Alexander Korin, the whole Lord Kazakh thing, and it was something about basically a Spelljammer mutiny.
Well,
with
there
Metal
was,
Man,
there was discussion about the fact that
Yeah.
the guy
lightning
in the
zombies
mirror-
leaking energy, and yeah, the Paradia went into the mirror and was stolen by Rheddrian. That's it. So a day has passed. What happens with? So we did this after
Yeah.
I'm gonna look around. The last thing I remember is we killed
Lord Kazakh.
Lord Kazakh. Is he
Yes.
still dead?
in there.
I know.
Yeah.
You see the body of
This
Lord
is in
Kazakh.
character. This is in
You
character.
also see Crackle there, doing washcloth in people's faces, trying to wake them up.
Right.
He's actually caring for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I look.
Yeah.
So you
And
don't
then-
wake up super dehydrated because
No.
you're getting sips of water.
Yes.
You guys not been moving for over a day. What happened?
We got attacked in the brain.
Those aren't good attacks. I wouldn't want to do that.
No, neither do we. We do try and avoid them.
So where's the other guy? The one who smelled different.
In there,
Looks.
I pointed the mirror.
He
Mirror's
touched
not
the
there.
mirror.
Oh.
Oh,
Mirror's
that's right.
gone
It broke.
No, the mirror disappeared with the person.
Oh.
Hope you made a new character.
Apparently I didn't mean to. That was serious.
So apparently we find him quickly.
Or eventually, at least.
Or sometime this session.
Who's
But-
left?
so-
I look
you also-
around.
you also see
I look
Dra-
around. Who's there?
Drazzle's sitting off to the side. I'm writing in his notebook.
Mhm.
He wasn't in the room when it happened.
Drazzle, can I see your notes
He shows you a picture of you lying snoring.
and the next previous pages?
Each of them lying snoring.
No.
Further?
When you
Further back, the picture of the outside with Crackle waving. And then a notation saying that he'd come in because Crackle had said you were in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
So he
That
sat down.
explains it. That explains where you came from. Okay. But he's here. He's here. They're both. I don't know.
Yes.
What about
Thingy.
Chevron?
Chevron?
Doug.
Chevron also there.
Okay.
He's got a bad...
And
as
Rogar.
the elf, he's got a bad headache.
And Rogo?
Rogo also there.
All right. So we're all here except. Right. Except Paradia.
Who's obviously slacking off in that case.
Slacker.
Close that down so it stops beeping.
Right.
Yes.
I guess I.
Can you please pass that to Martin?
Quickly.
I don't know.
Hmm.
There's no. I asked Crackle is
Hmm.
you didn't see any of this, did you?
I saw a big flash of light, so I came to investigate. And you're all sort of laying there like.
It was the big
So then I
flash.
closed mouths. I straightened you out when you were able to be moved.
There was no-
I moved you away from water.
But it was just us on the ground. There was nothing else. It was just
You had this shocked look on your face, so I closed eyes too in case it would hurt.
okay. So
Then you had this interesting tattoo that kept moving.
it's cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. What
Every
it
time I
means.
poked it, it moved.
I don't know what it means though.
Why were you poking it?
It moved. Wouldn't you poke something that moved?
Generally, no.
I poke.
Especially when it was the only thing.
Well, you would.
I poke it.
Yeah.
It was the only thing moving.
Okay.
It-
You want to poke it?
No.
It's been more than 20 hours since
Oh,
you
go
last.
on.
Are you sure? Poke.
Does anything happen? What happens?
Wisdom save.
See how. Let's see if it takes.
I don't have to suffer this alone.
Let's see if it takes lightning to the pants. Ah dear. Early teens.
You can math.
It's always opening roll's got to be a save.
Yes.
I've started entire
Actually,
like
I actually get
sessions with that.
advantage on it.
All right, everyone make a
Um,
reflex save. And they're like, what? You're all falling down here.
That's different. That's box tech saves.
That's just rude.
Well, I bet
This
everyone
is-
started in the
I've done
bar
action.
taking a drinking
Okay,
test.
next save.
Why is that? That shouldn't get a high. 18 was the save there.
Mm-hmm.
It clings to your finger.
Roll a d6.
Multiply it by 3.
2.
There's a flash of bright light as you deal 2 points of positive damage to Vanippa.
2 points of what?
Positive damage.
Positive
You've just been
damage.
wholly zapped in the tit.
So it's like plus 2?
2 damage.
2
Just
damage?
2 damage.
Or
He
2...
hurt you. Or he hurt
Me
where-
being
2
celestial.
points of positive energy damage.
Yes, your
It's not healing.
Your chest has reacted badly to my my warlock connection.
You may not want to touch him again.
Ouch.
Well, I won't touch him on the
At
map.
this point, I realise that I'm in I've been sore for a while, and Have I recovered any hit points from sleeping unconscious?
You're fully recovered.
Fully recovered. Hey,
Yeah, because you had rest. 24 hours.
24 hours, that's right.
There you go.
Just takes a long rest, but you've had 3 times a long rest.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's less bad.
And it was very
Yes.
deep, restful rest.
Yes, he's apparently. Well, I'm hoping you're fine if I just.
So
do
you go,
healing spells.
boink, stop.
Yes.
And you got that static electricity feel as if you touch something.
And you've seen the
Yeah.
exact thing with his figure before. He always did that deliberately.
Yeah, it was.
He did that deliberately.
All right.
You
I can't hurt people by doing
You
that.
do see Llewellyn's hair has stood up.
My
Do I
cloak's
see-
going to have billowed up behind me.
Do
as
I
well.
see anything? Like, does it affect me in any way other than zapping me?
It hurt, and you saw he had the whole
Obviously. But I don't get to see any vision of like
Yes.
a malevolent force being
No.
like, stop that.
I've been zapped
Yes.
through your tit and it hurt you.
All right. I'd poke it and say, oi, they're my friends. Stop that.
It's a demon. He didn't.
And you hear
care.
laughter in the back of your head.
Oh.
You hear laughter in the back of your head.
So he actually did that deliberately.
Scowl at it at the back of my head.
Martin's claimed it was positive energy damage. What actually was it? You did positive energy damage to the map. And
Yes.
the map did damage to him.
Yes.
To
Exactly.
Not
Don't do that. don't have relations with this kind of creature.
No.
This is not good.
I'll avoid rubbing your chest.
Drezel just looks at you and shakes his head.
Document that. That's important.
It shows you another picture of your map on your chest with a big line through it saying do not so you can't actually see the tattoo anymore.
Did something tell you to do that? What did it sound like?
It sounded like Diamond,
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
the god of
That
dragons.
would be a God of dragons.
Yes.
He's the god he worships.
Right. And so... Not the thing.
No, I don't talk to the thing. That would just be crazy. No one would ever want to talk to that thing. My god told me not to talk to that thing.
Right.
He wants me not to touch you. No.
All drilled about.
Is all our hugging over?
No, not over. Just no touchy.
You can still ruffle your hair though, it's okay.
Yes.
Planning to buy gloves. He just looks amused.
In the meantime, he'll lick you.
We...
He's also got a whole lot of notes from the room earlier that you'd asked him to catalogue.
Good.
He'd spent half his time cataloguing and half his time staring at everyone sleeping.
So... We don't know anything... magic people! Detect magic! See if we know... See if you can find out where any... What happened?
Yes. I will...
And where this shield and Peridia went? They can't be far. I mean, unless they fell out of the universe.
Jazz will look at you. Possible.
Unlikely.
I mean, they fell out of the universe earlier and lost 3 years of time.
No, they're still in universe at that stage. They just were
We're
suspended
just
in time.
bound.
They can still fall out of
You
universe.
could be bound again.
Or just pushed through time, which is a little bit different.
Still in universe, they're still in time.
That's true.
It's
Even
not
if they go
right now.
forwards. Well, no, if they're shifted forwards, there is a time that they don't exist.
No, they still exist. Because time is not linear.
No, true. Well, you can also you can still skip bits.
Gods can talk through time.
Well, that too.
So to them, time is irrelevant.
Yes, but we're not gods yet.
So we really
Um,
time or anything.
Yeah.
If gods can talk through time, does that mean that...
They've
And you talk to gods?
He could be talking to them tomorrow. Yes,
No,
Or
no.
yesterday.
I'm thinking, why don't you know the future then?
that's how divinations work.
They know future. They not tell future.
Unless
Gods
you
don't
go-
solve our problems.
Unless you ask nicely. That's what divination spells are for.
Oh, is that how it works?
One of the
We
ways it
work
works.
for gods. God does not work for us.
Yes. Yes, want to do that stuff, it will become a god. See, easy.
It's a three-step plan.
No, it's not easy. Apparently, you get stabbed in the chest.
Yeah, well, that's also possible. I will investigate the room as much as I can using.
There's a
detect
scorch
magic
mark in the
and-
floor where there was the guy appeared out of the mirror.
Oh, that's right. The dude came out.
Yes, dude came out, swapped with him.
Where did he run off to?
The stone itself is actually burnt away where he came
Ooh.
out.
Okay, that's a serious zap. That's a very
Crackle
serious-
and Drazzle, did you see anyone leave here?
No, no one left. I was watching. I saw a big flash of light, and then I closed book, wandered over, looked in. You were all laying down. Told Crackle. Crackle looked after you. Went back to fixing on book. You're still breathing, mostly.
Mm-hmm. Mostly.
No, it was just slow.
Hey, so if you... You didn't see anyone leave.
No.
That means they must be either around here, or they...
Got vaporized. Did you see
One
where
less
what-
person to worry about then.
Did you see where What's-His-Face went? The guy who
Rheddrians.
scepter. Yes.
No, didn't even know there was Guy until you mentioned
Their
Guy.
name is Rheddrian. Or at
Rheddrian?
least they said their name was Rheddrian.
No,
They
no
looked-
Rheddrian here.
They looked like the face in the mirror. Crackle probably can describe it. They probably have more...
Crackle describes the person, and
Drazzle writes it down.
Guzzle writes it down. But neither of them saw the person.
Right.
No,
They
so
work
this
in
is
the
all
room.
second-hand knowledge now.
And plus, you never actually got to... Did you actually tell them the guy's name?
Yeah, I did, because I did actually talk about the fact of
Yes,
what
he
he
did.
was saying, what was happening and things like that.
You were saying something.
And then,
He said a bunch of it.
and then, so when there was arguments or things like that, he turned back to now and said, I'll do it.
Okay.
I don't know what our next step is. I mean, Heritage disappeared without trace. Functionally, we've completed this quest and we can go back for our 50 gold pieces, but we leave a friend behind.
Yes.
Well,
Drazzle will say
we leave
prayer for friend.
a friend got vaporized.
Drazzle will say very big prayer for friend.
Maybe that's all we can do.
Doesn't smell like friends did. Though.
I go over and touch like the scorch mark.
It's still hot.
24 hours later.
Well,
Does it make a soot in my hand?
No, the stone is still hot. It basically
heat melted stone. There was a seriously hot zap.
I'm gonna have a think about the arcane nature of this kind of stuff and teleportation and whatever. 12. What's... Yeah. Is it likely... Did we level up? No.
No.
What's...
That takes training.
Teleportation, or what would do that if it was sufficiently powerful? Well, that would be a disintegrate, wouldn't it?
Disintegrate would not leave it hot after 24 hours.
No. That's straight out heat.
Can I piece it?
From the arcane side of things, this is outside your realm of knowledge.
Where would I know how to look that up?
You'd have to basically ask someone who has knowledge of things beyond just the arcane.
So
yeah,
well, like what?
Maybe,
so if I don't know,
maybe religion, maybe history.
Well, that was that's my backstory. As in like if I do it check,
history
thinking
skill.
Different thing. Oh, history.
Yeah, history I'm good at.
So history also gets you knowledge of certain things that deal with the unknown.
Right, 20 on history is a bit better.
20 on history. Okay, so historically there have been unexplained instances like this at various points through history, where they've described events where, like, the plants just grow for no reason. Something has been what they call super hot.
Right.
What they where time stands still, or speeds up at unusual rates, or where whatever happens you just can't die.
It's almost like there's magic involved.
No, this is beyond normal magic.
No, this is unusual arcane, or unusual magical situations.
And what historically that tells you is, this at that location the spheres were out of balance.
Right.
The spheres.
Okay.
And whatever sphere was in majority at that location is whatever the effect was.
Yeah.
Right. So basically, knowledge of the planes, he's probably plane shifted.
Yeah.
No, it means
No?
it's not knowledge of the planes. It's basically something from the sphere of energy.
What he said was a massive burst of heat.
Yes. Hot enough to leave to melt stone.
So he caught fire and disappeared.
More than fire.
The sphere of
This is
energy.
ridiculous levels of heat. This is concentrated elemental heat.
Basically, yeah, he's dead.
No, it's not that.
Or,
It's that
no.
they say God stuff.
Yeah.
The sphere of energy became
Functionally, he's dead.
momentarily.
Yeah.
Like he's really the lifespan of a mortal, momentarily in a sentence. For of a sphere, he's probably bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a mortal in presence of a immortal generally gets rendered unconscious.
Right.
No witnesses.
Yes. It is very... the mere presence of an immortal will damage the environment around them based on the sphere that they're associated with.
Cool. All right.
Which is what I mean about.
So I'm basically all right.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any ideas? All right. You don't have any ideas?
My religion's not real good, but my history's not too bad. Let's see what I come up with. No, that's not going to be good enough to be useful. Got less than he did.
What did you get?
17.
You sort of can pick up on the hints of what he's talking about, but you didn't come across
I'm not.
anything like that.
I don't think I'm really necessarily enunciating this. I'm just thinking about it at the moment.
I mean, as a player, character, his character knows some of what your character's thinking, but not nothing of the specifics.
Right,
just that it has happened, just not why.
Cool. So we've witnessed an immortal, and have not
Died.
Well,
that's a huge thing.
we haven't.
That's true.
We haven't remained conscious to witness what happened afterwards, or during the event, or in the brief span of time, because I imagine that immortals and the gods can see both very, very long times and very, very short times, and so I'm going to ask my old buddy, old pal, immortal on my chest connection if they watched anything. What did they see? You were here and present and watching, right? You can see through this, I imagine. Otherwise, you wouldn't put it and mark me as so. So I commune with my badass tattoo
Okay.
and ask it what happened.
You will have to spend about an hour or so doing so.
That's cool. We apparently have a bunch of time.
Yep.
We've been 24 hours out, and he doesn't seem to be coming back anytime soon. So
Okay, so give me a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage again.
all right, okay, here we go. With disadvantage, and
Haven't really worked
add
out
plus one.
how to talk to it well.
I don't know. How do you talk to a tattoo?
Closely.
All right, what do we got? That's 11.
11. Okay, so after about an hour or so, you get a feeling of dissatisfaction.
Uh-huh.
You just feel warm from all the running you've done.
But you feel as if your mind wasn't ripped asunder by whatever it is that felt dissatisfied with you.
So
Is
it's
it
only a
feeling
little bit
me feeling dissatisfied, or is it an entity feeling dissatisfied?
An entity feeling dissatisfied.
So it's dissatisfied with.
Yeah, actually, by the time he was annoyed that you kept pestering him with trivial stuff. And
Tell me the story that you were trying to show me
he
earlier.
went to blast you.
You had a feeling it was trying to take control of your mind, but you resisted.
But I resisted.
Mm.
Okay.
So far.
How about we?
And,
I'm gonna strike. Okay, I'm gonna think about this, and I'm gonna say, all right. How about we strike up a bargain here? You tell me what you want, and I ask you stuff occasionally.
You also got 5 points of necrotic damage.
Stop doing that.
You notice that your skin has darkened.
Oh.
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
There are basically...
Yeah. So I'm gonna try and make a deal with this thing. Say, look, I if I'm gonna carry you, you're gonna tell me what you want, and I'm gonna ask your help occasionally.
Give me another history roll.
Give me another history roll. 14.
14. Okay. You would know that from that fiends do connect with people, but
Yeah, clearly.
but they don't actually reside with them. They can communicate through curses, through talismans, through books, through various things. But each time, the person who's made the connection always comes off worse. There's not one point in any story you've heard where someone who's made a bargain has actually come out better.
Or even.
There can always be a first time.
Everyone says that.
That's why people keep making bargains.
That's right.
Because I'm better than all the rest of people.
I am.
Because you're a PC and they're not.
That's correct. Damn it! Let me self-destruct.
And but you do get an idea that it will tell you more if you sacrifice a sentient creature to it.
How nice.
That's an evil act.
Yes.
That is an unambiguously evil act.
It's not. It is basically a distinctly evil act.
That is a distinctly evil act.
Yes, and it wants sentient creature.
Confirming that you have contacted an evil entity.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least someone who won't make you evil anyway.
And that's basically what you get because you managed to kick it out of your mind.
I call it a jerk, an unhelpful jerk. Alright.
You just hear the same laughter in the back of your mind.
Oh, he's quite happy to be helpful as long as you pay in the right way. That's the problem.
You have to find someone to laser this
I
off
can
me.
wait.
Yes. Well, it's pretty serious. Remove curse will do the job. Just have to be from a high-level cleric. It might hurt a bit.
I'm sure you know some gods somewhere you can ask for help.
Yeah. Maybe once I've
Don't bare
attuned.
your teeth at me.
Maybe.
Another thing you also know from the knowledge roll you did of the thing on the ground
Right.
is that the tattoo you have is the same level of power.
He dead.
It
Or at least gone.
It would take a god to actually remove the tattoo.
Yeah, well then, let me dive into it.
As in, that's what you've picked up with the
Yeah,
knowledge
yeah,
of
yeah,
things.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. But if I'm going to have a god riding around on my chest, it should at least help me. Doesn't
Well, he will.
I don't offer free room and board to my skin.
No, but he won't give free help. He just asks for a particular payment you don't want to use,
Squatter!
which is entirely valid.
But hey, not like you get addicted.
You could try.
Well, you can. You just need a god's help.
Okay, so what does Tidal think of all this? Having heard a lot of those arguments, and
I'm
Bradley
keeping
just
this
shaking his
inside.
head.
This is a sit down, think moment. I'm not. I'm not.
Well, you
letting this
spent
out.
an
You spent
hour.
thinking about it.
Well, yeah. I mean, what else are we doing?
Hmm.
We sat down. I'm eating food. I'm communing with things. It's like I'm trying to think it out. No one else seems to be. We're all kind of
there
recovering.
no actual effect when you're resonating with this demonic energy while contacting this guy?
Drizzle's happy to hold conversation with you, and getting some.
Yeah, but I mean,
ideas.
is there any outward? Like, I'm kind of ruminating, I'm having essentially a mental conversation.
It's
really.
completely up to you
And
if you physically say it or you mentally say it.
Does the curse itself, like, glow?
No.
Okay.
All right. Well, I've kept this to myself
So
then.
you're meditating
Okay.
for an hour as far
Pretty
as I'm
much.
concerned.
I'm eating food because 24 hours without lunch is a long
I thought
time.
you were only taking an hour to communicate with this guy. I thought you were only meditating for an hour with this guy.
Yeah, but I mean, I can eat and
Next
meditate
time.
at the same time while being grumpy with it.
Brent.
I mean, at least
So generally speaking, you wake
maybe
up,
do-
you
do
sit around
most-
for a couple of hours, think about, okay, what the hell happened now?
Pretty much. It's like what's
And so what are you
consider
going to do
options.
after a couple of hours?
I don't know, ask Drazzle's advice.
Well, Drizzle's trying to get pointers for the next
He's a
book.
god level NPC, right?
No.
No.
You'd like to be.
Yet.
He's still only 9 years old. Okay, so while you guys sit and talk, we go back to Jeremy.
Mm-hmm.
So from your perspective, the guy pops out of the mirror. He starts glowing. He swears. All the others get blasted by a burst of energy. He picks up the shield and teleports.
Okay. I guess I'm going with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's protected from the zap by being inside the shield.
Okay.
Useful to that extent, anyway.
And basically, you get flashes of him teleporting all over the world,
Mm-hmm.
looking over his shoulder the entire time.
Okay. Something wrong being chased.
Yeah, you can only communicate if he's staring directly in the mirror, but you get to see out of it. So you're seeing places you'd never even heard of, like floating islands, huge deserts.
A list of places you want to go back to. Or avoid at great length.
I said that one of his goals was to see more of the world. I guess
Yeah.
see more of the world.
Islands in the middle of the ocean.
Oceans.
Mountain peaks taller than anything you've ever seen. And eventually he stops and seems to shrink in size.
Okay. Am I seeing him, or is he effectively holding the shield away? Like,
Well, you can sort of see it shrink from the other side as, it was this, really big, tall person, and it's now shrinking.
my point of view is changing.
Yes. I'm shrinking. No, he is.
The world's rising.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Any time we've stopped for more than a couple of minutes or so after I get over the shock of, wow, look at that.
Yeah.
It'll be attempting to talk to him, but recognising, yes.
Mm.
If he's holding the shield and therefore looking away from me, I'm not actually going to get a chance to see. But
So
Yeah.
it takes about an hour or so before he actually pauses to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It says, I apologise for that, but someone appears to be chasing me.
Did they catch you?
No. I seem to have managed to shake them off by teleporting all over the place.
Right.
Teleportation seems to work well to avoid pursuit. Yet somehow they kept chasing me until I changed form.
Yeah, okay.
He's no longer glowing.
Hmm.
So did he look like what he first looked like?
He does, except he doesn't look green.
Okay.
So I've managed to modify myself slightly so I look more native.
Right.
You're not a Cowan.
No, he looks more Draconian than anything else. Well, I had been looking at the other guys for a lot longer.
Ah.
So I'm going to go try to find someone who can take over for you and is happy to reside in the mirror. Like I promised.
Mm-hmm.
But I won't be able to talk to you while I'm chasing up someone.
Of course.
So he apologizes for the sudden departure. I'm sure your friends are okay.
Okay. Am I likely to get back to them?
I'm sure they'll come to you.
Okay.
I don't think they'll be silly enough to wait around there forever.
No.
Excellent. Well, I guess as long as you can achieve your goal, stopping the world destruction, I can wait.
All in all things.
Okay, so you then find him teleporting from city to city. You get various views of cities you've never seen before.
Hmm.
That's not hard.
Some of them fantastic. Some of them less so.
Hmm.
And then eventually he finds someone who looks old, decrepit, prisoner. Doesn't look like they've got a huge amount of time left. And they appear happy to exchange places with you.
Okay.
For the chance of not dying tomorrow.
Do I get a chance to talk to this old man at all?
Yeah, he's happy to.
My interactions with him.
It's
Extra
dropped
20.
off.
Am I confident that he's like basically doing the insight type
He's
thing
honest.
that he's genuinely wanting to?
Well, he's a political prisoner who'd been imprisoned for about 60 years.
So
for his
anything's
beliefs.
better.
And as far as he knows, he hasn't been fed for about 3-4 days. He gets water every second day.
So they're deliberately torturing him.
Admittedly, I haven't felt hungry,
No, you haven't.
and I think I've been here a while now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been there. You've been there about a couple of days by this stage.
Yeah. Well, it's been a bit hard to keep track of time because the sun kept going up and down, or not being up, or inside,
Kept
or outside.
moving,
Yeah. Hmm.
Well, if he is willing to take the place, then and Rheddrian is still able to conduct his plans under such a situation, then I will happily come out of the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Or let him in, or whatever the situation is.
Okay, so he lets you out, and he asks if there any way he can repay you for your assistance.
stopping the destruction of the world would be nice.
Well, I'm working on that, but it'll require a little more effort on his part. He will try to gather some useful heroes to see if he can start work on this. He's already sent out messengers. Managed to actually send them through time, so they'll be arriving shortly, he hopes.
Right.
That hurts head.
So he sent them about a year ago.
So they should arrive tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I've arranged a gathering.
Good. Well, let's say if I
Right.
can be of service further, I will happily do so, and I shall try and encourage my fellows if I ever catch up with them again
Yes.
to also assist in such endeavours.
Yeah. Well, from our point of view, you've gone somewhere, but apart from that, we've basically done our job here.
We have. We can come home.
Yes, we can.
We'll travel.
And
We
go-
can travel back to where.
We can travel back
Sorry.
to where we got the job
Sorry,
from.
what was it?
Darrakin
Darrakin
City.
City.
You can go and meet up
Which is
with
a good idea.
the son.
Yes.
And we can get
Yeah.
paid.
See if you stay
And get
around.
and get paid and
Actually, that's a good point. Can we take Crackle with us?
You can if you want to.
yeah.
Crackle,
Well, he
would you
does.
like
He does.
Crackle, would
want to
you
see the
like to
world.
meet your great grandson?
I don't have any children.
Grand nephew.
Great grand nephew.
And my
Would you like to meet some family?
Yeah, family. We'll just go with
hopefully
family.
not as annoying as my other family.
And
who
then you
who
can
you
choose-
successfully killed
let's-
for me.
Yeah, they're not that annoying.
I mean, it was necessary.
They're not that annoying.
That person you killed was an idiot. We all agreed.
Yeah, but idiocy is not necessarily a death.
He was a
penalty.
foolish idiot.
But he was.
He was an idiot that we all had to listen to.
Yes,
You're not angry?
because they were
No.
forced to.
Let's go meet your family.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember Doug
They're-
and,
they're
Doug and
actually-
friends.
We can let them all go
were-
free too.
The
well,
ones
they
we
happy
met
to
were actually
eventually
okay
hang
people.
around if they want, like in the sense that, because when
Yeah.
I did talk about the fact that yes, if they had no other plans, there may be service they can provide, or they may be able to continue service in the castle,
Hmm.
depending of course on what whatever his name is.
So we could be kind of jerks and say you have to stay here until your boss comes, and he may not because he might be like,
Well, Crackle's in a different
never mind
situation
that.
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crackle's a different situation. But the rest of the servants and help and those people, we wouldn't want to say you stay here forever, but they might not want to stay. They certainly said that they wouldn't want to stay. So do we? But if we, at the same time, if we say you're free to go, and they go out into the world, we might be causing a problem.
Crackle looks
Yeah.
at them and says they're not particularly bright.
That's what I mean. They're
Why don't we just ask them to clean up the place for the new owner?
Yeah. Hi, you guys.
And
You're all free
then
to be
what?
staff here.
It will take them many months to clean up the place.
sure, but what if it takes a couple of years for the new owner to come by?
They'll keep
They'll
cleaning
keep
it up.
cleaning it until the new owner arrives.
How about we ask them to enhance some of it? Maybe I don't know.
I don't know. They don't have a lot of resources here.
Well, they can go out into the local area and cut down trees and mill timber and learn
We
skills.
can, well, if the boss isn't going to turn up soon, we can organise to get resources sent over here for these guys to use. Or he can, we can leave him do it. But I'd say he's going to turn up pretty quickly. Actually, his son's here. We can ask him.
That's true.
He
We
may
delegate.
may only be 9, but he seems to have a level head on his shoulders.
He's also representative of the family.
Exactly.
The client, we summons the client.
Okay. He cautiously can't. Well, my dad said not to go anywhere near the place.
That's right. It's safe
fixed.
now.
It's safe now. We have completed the task. And
It's not the same place it was when you first saw it.
But there's
Yes.
still those strange people there.
But that's what we need to talk to you about.
Okay, what do you need to talk about?
We need to discuss them. Well, we need you to discuss things with them.
So they're your great uncle's staff.
Why are they still here then?
Magic.
Yeah, I hate magic.
Okay.
Magic crazy. Does strange
Either
things.
way, your great uncle was risen here by some sort of magic, and that's who has been occupying this castle in a sort of undead fashion.
Undead's bad, isn't undead bad?
Yeah,
That's why I said sort of undead fashion, because they're still around, but I don't have the words to describe what it could be. So I'm using something that I understand.
Do they want to eat brains?
No.
They
That's
want to
good.
know
I
whether...
like my brain where it is.
They want to know, I would like to know, is your father intending to come here anytime soon?
Well, I was sent to scout, and if it's viable, he was going to try to, renovate and possibly unsell the place.
So...
Make a profit and...
So
find some band of adventurers with more money than intelligence and sell it to them. That was his idea. Do you fit that bill?
yes and no.
If someone pays us pots of money, then we'll have pots of money to buy the place with. Until then,
Are you saying that we don't get our 50 gold pieces and instead inherit a town?
We could.
Yes.
Well, that's something that Harry should we've realised, hang on. The shield's here. Wasn't the shield powering the folk back at the castle? Does the shield need to return?
I didn't
Through
know that
time
it
space.
created them. It
No,
didn't
because
power them.
the shield was also the cause of the...
It's not a continuous power source.
The shield was the cause of, or potentially a cause of the destruction, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what he's saying. It created them, but it doesn't power them. So
Alright.
they can't get any
Alright.
more.
Right. Suffice to say that they're basically servants. However, they've been stuck here for quite a long time, and are wanting to know whether they can go free out into the world, or would you like them to remain here in service of
Do they
your
want
family?
employment?
I think they would like some direction.
I think they would need direction continuously. So
Correction, yeah,
I'm
correct.
happy to hire them up, and once I talk to Dad and get it all approved,
Well, would you be willing to
and then we
grab
can
your...
sell them to the new owner as well.
So how about we take your great nephew,
Well, look, he looks similar to me.
and we
Except
go
a
and
bit
talk
grey.
to your dad, but for the and organize another expedition back here, and we will simply ask these servants to clean up.
Sure, that sounds like a great plan.
Hmm.
So I'll wait out here while you talk to them, because I don't really want to go in there at the moment. I don't like spiders. It looks like there's spiders in there.
Right. Well, we'll get them to remove the spiders.
Yes.
You're the diplomatic one. Give orders.
I go and inform them that spiders need to be removed, and for them to do so.
They sort of look at you going, "But we don't really need to get rid of the spiders, do we? They're not necessarily harm intruders."
Can they be controlled at all?
What a spider.
No, they're spider. So no.
Beast wrangling, maybe?
More than just spiders. Are we?
Can you talk to beasts?
They're
We
elemental
should
powered
inform them.
spiders.
Yeah,
but I
but we
think
should
they're just
inform them
spiders.
about what our intent is.
Yeah.
Crackle tells them to just do it, and they go, "Okay, if you say so."
So the new master of the keep will be returning shortly in a couple of months. So
Yeah.
by and large, you are free to wander around. However, we would request
We can leave the room. Yay!
we would like
Yes.
you can wander the hillside if
Most
you
of us
wish.
step out, look outside, and then walk back in again. We walked outside.
Amazing.
However, we would like you to reside here until at least the new owner of the keep comes here, and the new lord, who
Makes
is not
the decision.
stupid, comes back and decides what they want to do with this place. So, in the meantime, would it be possible if you would be able to clean up in preparation
Yes.
for your new lord?
We can do that.
And-
Potentially
and-
shoo the spiders into somewhere that's less
Yeah.
threatening a place, and generally tidy up, enhance, or whatever.
Yeah. Clean
The
things
new
up.
lord-
Clean up the pile of stuff.
Yeah,
Clean out
new
the
lord's-
snakes.
The new lord's name is.
We give them the name.
It's written down. I have a
Yeah.
thing.
We got it written. Yeah. The other one is
You probably
if
remember
they.
his name was Darwin.
Yeah. It's
Jadara, that's
it's
it.
possible
Jadara and
considering.
Gorin.
It's possible considering your present circumstance and the fact you know the place well. that the new Lord may want to keep you on as staff if you're willing to do that.
And employ.
Yes. Plus, people outside may not take to your presence particularly well. So that's something to think about too.
They sort of go, okay, we'll wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll head back to that. We'll take Crackle with us as representative of what do you call yourselves?
We call ourselves the Lightning Zombies.
Right, the Lightning Zombies.
Because we zap.
Imaginative.
Yeah.
Evocative.
And we will.
Much
We'll
better
go and
than-
inform the. We'll go and inform the new Lord.
Mm.
I don't know if we will be specifically returning, but he should be.
Yeah. We
and we'll-
could
and
use it as a place
we
to
leave?
stay at if we're in the
Are you
area.
going to leave? You don't want to do anything more?
Girls
All
are
right,
happy
we'll
to
leave.
go.
I have nothing that I can think of that we need to stay here for.
All right.
The other two follow on rather quietly.
Yes.
Almost like they're in the background and slightly out of focus.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so yes, you make
I am
it.
glad you mentioned the fact that the outside world might be a dangerous place for them.
Yes, for
It's certainly one of the things that
for the level
Kennedy
for the
was
level
concerned about.
yes for the level of apparent intelligence and wisdom on those guys, I think they average under 10.
Yeah, so the Crackle and the little 9-year-old seem to get along great.
Yep,
Right.
good.
Both of
He-
them seem to be quite quick.
You're not gaslighting
Yeah.
the Lightning Zombies, are you?
Yes.
As long as they don't- as long as
It's a
they
dangerous place. You should
whole
not go
gang
outside.
to get off like the house on fire.
You are not capable.
The 9-year-old is the new lord because he's the wisest person in the building.
Oh no, he's the only one of authority left.
Well, that's true. Also
So
true.
you found out that they have to follow someone that they had to follow in life.
Yes, which is another reason for them never to go out on their own. Because they will do what anyone tells them to.
I know.
Sorry, if they accept them as authority.
No, it was someone that was in authority
when
in
they
their
were
life.
Yeah, true, in their life.
No one
That's a
else
good
exists.
But
Crackle's the last remaining
Which
authority
actually makes
figure.
them dangerous
but
outside.
they may be willing, they say, depending upon how they may willingly
Yeah, so
accept the authority of someone who has
Yeah.
come forward in that role, but they're not forced.
Yeah,
to
Yes,
accept
they're
that
not forced to
authority.
do it.
yes.
Mm.
Of course, we may end up with minions if
It
we
may
ask
be a
them
natural
to.
state for them to accept authority, but it's
Yeah.
not a case of they're not compelled to accept authority.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you
Alright,
notice
well-
they still have to do anything Crackle states.
Mm.
Sure, but we're leaving the area.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you start coming down the mountain.
Mhm.
The closer you get to the lake, the warmer your chest feels.
Yeah.
I concentrate on that.
You close your eyes and you can see where the island is no matter which way you're facing.
Yeah.
Okay.
You always know it's that way.
Hmm.
Not quite the same as always
Okay.
north, but
We're out in the wilderness, aren't we?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. And we're all just plodding down the mountain.
But every time you close your eyes and concentrate on the island, black smoke starts to drift off you.
Okay.
So let's not do
I
that.
lag behind the rest of them as they head down the mountain, and I kind of jut out and find a high point that looks out over the lake.
Mhm.
And I shout at the lake, "What do you want? What do you want?"
You.
And you hear in the back of your mind, sacrifice.
I stomp on a bug.
Ooh, that's a start.
you
You
know,
take 3 points of necrotic
Oh,
damage.
fuck you.
you know,
As you feel the displeasure waft through you.
You're a meanie.
you were standing on a high cliff edge when you said you wanted to sacrifice.
Yeah. Yeah, push Cliff off. He'll do. What?
Okay, so it takes you a while to return back to town.
What do I get for occasional casual murder?
No, it's got to be actual
But
sacrifice.
basically, a lot of bad things will happen in the story for a casual murder.
Mhm.
No, but I mean, if it's saying sacrifice, and I'm like, all right, what do I get in return?
Knowledge is power.
Yes, absolutely.
You've already requested the
Yeah.
information. He's told you the price, and he's reminding you that, hey, still waiting.
The thing it already started telling you that you ignored, it's more than willing to happy to retail you for the price.
How nice.
I would like more than just incidental information. I would like access to your knowledge. I want to see what you are, an ancient immortal being. You must
Come to the
know
island.
a lot.
You can't handle the truth.
Come to the island and you shall know all.
And what you find out.
I think
will
this
kill
needs to be a
you.
distance relationship.
Yes,
That's
a
my
distance
price. You
built upon mutual trust and
distance of
resentment.
5 feet. But distance. Yeah.
I don't think this is 5
No,
feet away.
no, it's not. Yeah.
You've already.
Yes.
This is very close enough.
Just telling me on your way.
No, this is close enough.
You might take a few detours.
you know, I don't need to set foot on that soil when there's an embassy set up shop here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you can't
No.
read the library while it's on your chest.
The knowledge is yours if you step foot on the island.
The island stepped foot on me, so I would consider there to be a debt owed.
You have the key to the island.
I will remove you if I don't get something in return.
And you just feel, laughter more mocking than before.
Right. Okay. I need to get a.
And it just fades away as it stops listening to you.
Right. Okay.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna need to. I catch up with everyone. I'm gonna need to get some sort of. I'm gonna need to start. I'm gonna need to get a dispel magic hit this thing and actually threaten it.
No, just get a new torso.
No, I want to threat. No, I want to threat the immortal evil being.
Just cut this torso off.
I want to show that I have power too.
Right, so that's your goal for level 20.
Is what?
Beat him
Beat him.
at his own game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the island.
Yeah.
How else did? I don't know. What's your character development? I had to come up with one in short order. I haven't been playing as long.
Well,
If he's happy to hand out curses and bullshit like this, why
Of
not
course
just
it's
go?
short order, you
Fuck
only
it,
just
why
talk.
not? And if I die, well, I just signed up for a master's, so I'm going to need some study time.
Anyway.
Okay, so it takes you about 10 days to reach Darkin City.
Mhm.
What happens when we get on the boat?
Not much.
As long as you don't dive into the water, you should be fine.
Do I get a chance at steering?
I hope not.
No one will allow you anywhere near the rudder.
You're not
I
crew.
get it. That's fine. I was trying to get away from it. I was
Yeah.
trying to make a big
Basically,
big circle around.
They take a big circle.
No,
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
They
they
already do.
That's the way they
Yeah.
take
They
this
coast.
lake.
First thing I like,
See,
you go towards it and be like, psych.
That's why you got the tattoo. Because unlike anybody else in the region,
Hang on, we got staff.
you looked.
We got staff on this boat, right?
Yeah, and everyone looks
Yes.
to shore. No one looks in lake. There's
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah,
no
they don't
watch
look in
that
the
look
lake, but
inside.
what if they look in the other direction and there's me with the map? I'm going to do some sunbaking.
They're not going to look at you.
After the first time you take your shirt off, there is a request that goes around the crew that you put a shirt back on, or they toss you overboard.
Right, okay. Just feeling out.
There's also this question of, can we just toss him overboard anyway?
That's
But
right.
the captain is trying to be
No.
nice.
Yeah.
Right.
He's got a job to do.
Alright, well, we get
Yeah, he had to beat up a couple of crew members to be nice. Because they were going to do it anyway.
Oh, yeah, well.
Of course, the
sailors
captain's
are
not awake all the
superstitious.
time.
True.
And you haven't worked out with the first mate which way he's leading.
How do they react
Yeah,
to?
well,
how do they
the-
react to Crackle?
Crackle, they're less suspicious of Crackle than they are of you.
Oh,
Yeah. The thing that the captain's going to say is, if he disappears, you're following him.
So they were suspicious of Crackle up
That's
until
gonna
you
be
took
the
your
threat.
shirt off. Once you took your shirt off, no one else mattered on the crew.
Yeah.
Everyone notices you.
Yep.
So if
You've
they're scared
attracted-
enough-
you've
if they're
attracted all
scared
the
enough to
attention.
use presents, they might be happy to get off float.
yeah, right.
So it's like, oh, Crackle, he's just that unusual one with that freak who's got a map on his chest.
Besides, Crackle's
What
friends
map?
with-
There's
You
no
all
map.
know
Not
what it
talking
is.
about
You
the
all.
map.
They don't want to look, but they all know.
Yeah,
what
I
it's
know what
about.
it is.
That's
Besides,
why they don't want to
Crackle,
look.
Crackle must be okay because
Mm.
he's friends with the boss's son.
Yes.
Yep.
I.
We'll put up with Crackle.
All right then. How is our water genasi doing on the water?
Okay, I guess.
This lake is, not an interesting lake as far as you're
Not
concerned.
really.
It's a dead lake.
Feels
It does have fish in it, but the fish are strange.
I try and avoid it.
They're all aboleths.
Feels weird.
Well,
Maybe he's a demonic aboleth.
Man, that means he knows everything from the start of time. That's awesome.
Yeah. And he wants to eat your brain from the
No, you
inside
just
out.
want no. It's
wants
growly and grumpy, and it won't tell me what it actually wants.
Except death.
No, I'm telling you this in character.
Okay. Well. So it's a bad thing.
It doesn't.
There are lots of bad
I mean,
things.
yes, it's a bad thing, but it's also cursing me,
Right.
and so we can use bad things. I mean, disintegrate's a bad thing.
it's not evil, it's just drawn that way.
Bringing people back to life and healing
Jessica.
wounds is
That-
necromancy, and people say
That
that's
has
a bad
just
thing.
made me visualise an aboleth in a tight red dress. And you're sick.
Looking over the shoulder.
That's just making it worse.
So yeah, it's grumpy and it doesn't want to say what it wants.
Yes.
And so therefore I can't understand
Hmm.
what I'm actually cursed with.
Yeah. Oh, we'll find out.
You're cursed.
Maybe if I get a dispel magic or some sort of magical abrasive to
Just rip
clear
your
a part.
chest off and then heal
It's
the
a little
wounds.
hard that it's a bit. You said that you need a very powerful remove curse from a
Yes.
curse removal from a very high
High level cleric. Or
Well,
equivalent.
well-
Yes.
archdeacy or something like that. Whatever. So
Way more than I can do.
what if we poke it with lower level cleric magics?
It might just harm you.
It already has, so I'm kind of
Like lots.
yeah, but I'm willing to test this.
I would suggest having a couple
If I'm
of
in the
healers
presence,
next
if
to
I'm
you at the
if I'm
time.
in the presence of of a moderate or high level cleric, I might be able to be revived.
Yes.
So I'd be in the perfect. It's like having a heart attack outside a hospital.
Yes. Well, with a bit of relearning, I can handle that part of it. But yeah, it may stick with you. That's the problem. Given,
I imagine
given
so.
what it is, that's burnt into your soul, not just your chest.
Of course, but maybe I can learn to use this because it's not going
Yeah.
away.
No.
Razzle looks over and goes, "Don't want to die with that on you."
Because you're going to where it is. It comes from.
Well,
Bad.
maybe you could ask for some help.
I did.
Yes.
They asked me not to draw pictures of it anymore.
So they're not willing to help me. Not even the
Well, not directly.
the collector.
Not.
The dragon gods had said you asked it in. You invited it in.
I was curious.
They cannot help someone who invited it in. It is now your god.
You've accepted the bond, of course.
It's the only god that can bring you back.
And if
dear.
I can. Well, it doesn't seem to want anything of me, so therefore,
Except sacrifice.
why would it want to bring me back?
Then you feed the god.
Okay.
Gods are jealous.
Yeah. All right.
They do not like to share.
Sure.
So what you really got to worry about is,
So-
did you have a god before?
Yes.
Might
Well,
have,
that-
but
this
wasn't
is-
actually connected
Martin.
to god.
Yes.
Your game rules explicitly state no evil PCs.
It does.
So how do I manage this?
That's completely up to
If
you.
you're requesting me to do evil acts
No. Okay.
in the service of a curse,
You're being constantly tempted.
You've been tempted. It's your choice to actually do it or not.
I understand. But does that mean that if I engage with this,
You can find ways to do it without being evil. There are ways in game you
kill
can
a
do
sentient being?
It. Yes.
All right. How do I find ways of doing that without being evil?
A
Fight-
goblin is a sentient
I was gonna
being
say,
that's attacking you.
How
Fight
many
pirates.
sentient beings have you killed so far in your adventure career?
as a sacrifice? Like, isn't there a ritualistic thing to this?
It's
I
not
mean,
act-
I feel like I'm being a.
No. In the name of my chest,
I
stand.
understand, but a bait. There's not
So-
like a bait and switch of
yeah.
like, don't be evil, have to be evil.
So far, it hasn't asked you to do a ritual to do so. It's just said take a life, a sentient life.
Well, it said sacrifice.
Sacrifice a sentient life.
Right. Okay.
But it hasn't given you any parameters to do so.
Right,
If
okay.
suddenly it says take an innocent, bind them on an altar, and this is an evil
Right.
act.
I was more thinking
So-
like late at night, one of the sailors goes overboard.
Well,
So
it's
as
a
long
possibility you might get towards.
But
I mean, it's
Yeah.
pretty close to the island. Hey,
Yeah.
fishes.
but as long as you go,
But that's evil.
That
Yeah,
is
right,
evil,
that would
yes.
be-
but
That would be evil.
if you're fighting bad guys and go for the island and then kill them,
I am fighting a bad guy. It happens to
that's what
lie
I'm saying.
here.
I know,
No.
but
My anxiety is getting a bit too high.
Oh,
Okay.
uh,
sorry
Nothing,
about that.
nothing you guys did.
Catch you later.
We'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week or whatever.
yes.
You know, like tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Bye bye. So it
We
is
get
po-
home.
it is possible to do some of these things as long as you understand that you've got to not step over the bounds of
Yes.
evil. So throwing a random person off the side of a boat would be considered evil.
Yes, it is also
They've got to be
possible.
happy.
Yeah,
You've got
it
to be
is.
happy, yeah.
I'll get
Yeah.
sneak attack against it.
Yeah. Yes. It is possible though to change religions. It's just not going to be easy.
Eh.
And while they are jealous, there are ways in game to undo it.
Mm.
It's just
All right, so I have to walk. If I'm going to be a rogue warlock of a nasty thing, and I'm basically all right. This is my intent here. Like when I was thinking about this and how I would do warlock rogue thing with the bad thing, is basically I want to be an Earth priest. I want to steal power from this, or steal power from the entity, in a kind of trickstery fashion, roguish fashion.
Which you could do by making the warlock deal and then never actually making the "I'm going to sacrifice you" and killing anything. So you never feed it the sacrifice.
But it won't.
box.
It doesn't want to. It doesn't want to engage with the deal making. It's just kill someone.
Yeah.
Well,
Kill someone, lol.
well, you actually asked it something first, and then it gave you what it wanted for payment. So you've already made a deal with it,
Yeah, right.
and it gave you a pretty crappy payment request.
That is a pretty crappy thing.
Yeah.
but hey,
But I was saying, like, what is your ultimate? What is your goal? What do I have to do to make you happy? It's like kill people. I'm like,
well, that's the first step.
Yeah.
that's a very slippery slope.
Absolutely.
And knowing me,
Start with
that
killing
is-
people and then get
that
worse
is
from
the
there.
Watch
nicest
that
of what it
first
will ask
step.
you to do.
Introducing.
Right. Anyway, so
Yes.
boom.
So
We
you-
get back to Darken City.
So you get back to Darken City. Once you get back to Darken City, you meet with Jadarin,
Yep.
and
Yes.
he happily pays you 50 gold per character who's on that.
Hooray! Cool.
So you took about 10 days to get back to Darken City.
Something like.
Approximately.
So when you appear back, and no one's around.
And I had 3 days of wandering.
You had 3 days of wandering
Till
around
they
that,
found
that you
the
noticed,
thing. That's right,
and
yeah. So after the old guys in Shield, does Rheddrian, do I know where I am?
yes, Rheddrian takes you to Darken City to meet up with your friends,
Okay, that makes it easy then. So I guess I get to Darken City somewhat before then.
and
Like you're there in the marketplace, and you go.
you actually
Yeah.
get to there after them.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So it only felt like 3 days, or it seemed like 3 days, but it was actually longer than 3
It was
days.
longer than 3
Yes.
days.
Okay, happy with that.
Okay.
So your character has managed to get
Oh,
for
it's like
another 3
travel
months
to
of
Darwin.
time.
Another 3 months, damn it.
Wow.
What?
I've lost another 3 months. Or gained another 3 months. Or
Could have
something.
been worse. It could have been years.
Yeah.
Well, it was 3 years last time. That's what I'm
Yes.
saying.
Yes, but he was inside the shield, so he's not actually lost anything.
Can we
Really?
can we do
Well,
this?
yeah.
Can
I
we
can-
start doing this stuff to Drazzle? Because I mean, apparently his power is related to his age. So I mean,
Making him older would be. cooler.
like, can we just get hit him with like first edition haste?
Well, he doesn't worship the time god.
No.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's.
Yeah. Remind me, please, on the downtime stuff.
Yep.
When selling loot, what's the role for that? how hard is it to actually make something resembling a profit?
If you want to make something, well, if it's something you've found, you can make a profit of 50%.
Okay, that's my point. We've got a bunch of stuff. I want to make more than the 50% of original value.
So remember that Jadaran offered to purchase
stuff from you.
Like he wanted the first.
Yeah, he wanted first.
Yes.
So
he wanted first dibs on stuff.
Let him know, because I get the impression that Jadaran probably offer you almost normal price, like
for some of the items. We could
sell a. We could sell a servant contract.
I was going to say, do you talk to them about the fact of how you've left the castle?
What?
What state you've left the castle in?
Well,
tip top.
We've
absolutely spick and span.
Well, it's going to be
clean as.
No, this is the thing. It's going to be better when anyone gets to it than it was when we arrived. Because they're going to clean the place up.
Exactly.
It'd be spicker and spanner. Plus, that pile of stuff with the snakes in it will be cleaned up as well. Because I told them to clean that up. I told them to clean that up too.
Stupid snakes.
Yes. But we've got the bunch of various bits and pieces, which includes a lot of rare and historical items. So if he wants first referral, then
I get the impression he'll have.
Yeah, I have no problem with me taking, because it's going to take time.
Well, not if Jadaran wants to buy it. The point is, if anything he wants to buy saves you the time of looking for a buyer.
Yes.
So even if you're going to buy it at half market rate, you're still better off in more.
Well, that's the thing. I want more than 50%.
Absolutely, that's right.
Right. If he can give us even 20% over for some of the items, we're better off than otherwise.
Absolutely.
At the moment, the share value for all of that stuff is only $1,000, all up. That's enough for probably our next level. Possibly not even that much. If we can get somewhere between that 50% and 100%,
talk to him about what you're offering.
That's what we're after.
Okay, so he says, "What have you got to offer me?"
I open the leather roll of stuff and go, "We have this, and this is this," and I polish this up, and it looks nice. And here's this rare item that comes from here, and
are you offering stuff from the castle, or are you offering stuff that you've got?
Oh, this is the stuff from the temple.
Oh, no, okay. I'd be talking.
He doesn't know.
No.
He doesn't know.
No. The stuff from the castle is basically part of the job was to leave it there.
Oh, there was if you brought anything back with you, he was willing to pay you market price
for that stuff. Yeah.
That's right.
If you wanted to keep.
Sorry, that wasn't to do with what I'm talking about here. Yeah. That's why I was asking about what's the skill involved with actually making more than 50% of listed value from rare and interesting items.
So it would be like selling crafted items, wouldn't it?
Okay.
No, in this case it's selling loot.
Well,
like jade masks
but
and
the point
stuff.
being that if you look at the rules for crafting, it costs you 50% of materials normally to Camille Company.
Yes.
If you then go well with your selling, you can sell them at more than 50%.
Yes, I know.
So
but this is yeah, but I haven't looked at that stuff since it was originally written.
Persuasion check.
Recently, right.
This is not necessarily directed at
but it's paying for a week's worth of
advertising.
Yeah.
It's basically
so it's not cheap.
It allows you to sell stuff beyond the city limit.
Yeah.
Because otherwise there is a cap on how much a city will buy.
Of course, in Darrakan, I think
Darrakan, the cap's going to be ridiculously high.
Single item limit of 8,000 or total purchase limit of 50,000.
Yeah. From our point of view, there's no cap.
Yes.
In 10 levels, a bit different, but at the moment, there's no cap.
But the thing is, they will just hand over cash for half the price.
Do you want me to?
Well, I know that's what I'm trying to do.
Do you want me to help you find?
That's what
do you want me to help
about.
you find buyers? Like, as in, there might be a. So being that my research and my expedition kind of background means that I've collected a few unusual items and have been able to hop them out to researchers and people who are actually and find interested people in weird and arcane things.
Well, that's the thing. If we work together,
okay,
it means the two of us aren't going to be doing anything else for the week.
No,
but it means that you can give me advantage on my persuasion check, which I am trained in, to get a better price than 50%.
Right.
You can spend 100 gold to get word out that you've got items to sell.
Don't have 100 gold.
We'd have to sort
And
of pool
for-
cash for that.
For every additional week you spend beyond that, and 100 gold, you get a +1 to the roll.
So
Yes,
think about
that's not cost effective.
Okay,
No.
Think about the cost you're going to be you're potentially selling at.
Yeah, no, that's my point.
But it's
This is what I was talking about when I first read this stuff. It's not cost effective below about level 10.
Yeah.
but you can sell a bunch of items in that group.
That's what we're looking at here.
We don't
When
have
I
the
was
capital.
first looking at this-
we don't have the capital to launch that.
Yeah, when I was first looking at the write up on selling stuff, if you're below about level 6, it is not worth doing.
Quite possibly.
And at the moment, it's borderline, even with his help.
So do we actually need to advertise, or can we simply word of mouth look around?
Well, that is
research,
advertising.
investigate?
It's spending time doing this stuff.
Yeah, but 100 gold pieces when we just got paid 50 gold pieces for an expedition.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because you could treat it, instead of being trying to advertise and put out specific information that sort of way, possibly acting as, like actually working as a self-employed town crier type effect. So the idea of doing effectively the craft or profession type stuff.
Which means buying flashy clothes and paying for my cost of living, which is going to cost the same anyway.
Yeah.
Because that's advertising. It's just I happen to be the billboard. It's the same thing.
Depends upon how effective you advertise.
It's the same thing. It's going to
It's-
cost the
it's
same no
gonna
matter how
end
you
up
do it.
But it'll still cost you cost of living. But if your cost of
Yeah.
living, because cost of living is normally measured in silver or GP a week type stuff.
Exactly, which is why is
So
it 100
the,
to try and... What are we trying to sell?
There's nothing stopping you spending that week.
We have a grand's worth, on the 50%
Yeah,
straight out sale
yeah,
value.
yeah.
We've got a grand's worth of stuff that we got out of the temple.
Okay,
At that value,
yeah.
given the cost of advertising, it's unless I'm
Wouldn't...
we,
Okay,
we don't have any
are
guarantee
you-
of us making a profit.
Okay.
Sure, but are you likely to actually find a buyer for that kind of stuff in Darrakan City, noting that it is a tribal savage town?
Darrakan,
Darrakan,
it's civilized.
You can also
It's very
sell an item
civilized.
for 25% of the cost if it is less than 100 gold. That if the 25% of the item's cost is less than 100 gold, you can advertise it at that. So you don't have to spend 100 gold to do it.
Yeah, but he's got
But
miscellaneous...
It's still
That
taking
that's
the chunk
that
out of
big.
the item.
Well, I don't have we don't have enough junk to make that cost effective either. Right, if we had 50 items at 10 GP a pop, then that would be worth doing.
Hang
But
on,
we
so
don't.
what's the problem? You're trying to hawk
What
it.
items have
I'm
we got?
trying-
What items have we got?
That's what I was talking about before. Right? Jade mask, 200 GP worth, 50 GP pendant, white onyx, black and white onyx tubes, a diadem of dark opal.
Remember, jewellery sells at rate.
You
Not
can
50% right.
you can actually use
not a
jewelry
magic
as
Gems and
Okay.
jewellery.
I got told that the stuff we have here, if we just went and sold it, we would get 50%.
Oh, okay.
Right? I was not told that there was any specific item that is excluded from this.
Okay.
Because
One-
most of this is jewelry or counts as jewelry.
One of the things I had said is that
There's
you can
no-
use jewelry as currency, but people aren't going to give you the full value of money for it.
Like you
Right.
can't use
Yeah.
your 200 GP.
I know. What's the value of that? This is the problem. Almost all of this is jewelry.
Yeah.
If we walked up to somebody
If you go
and
to-
said, "Hi, can we do a cash trade? I have this non-metallic cash. How much cash will you give me for it? Is it 50% of the list value, or is it 75%?"
If you want cash, it's
There's-
50%.
Right. So the fact it's jewelry is meaningless from that point of view. Unless we keep it as a stack of stones and stuff and use that as currency. And even that's not going to be listed at 100%. Right?
At this point,
It's
almost...
not
at
worth
this-
selling this shit.
At this point, yeah, it's almost worth actually deconstructing it so we have gems and gold piece.
Well, that's the thing. We sell it for 50% of list.
Yeah, but I could
and we
employ
have gold
so
pieces.
I could. So for 10 gold pieces and as a week's wages, I could hire an artisan to turn this into loose gems and minted gold pieces by melting it down.
Well, except it's stone jewellery, jade and stuff like that.
Yeah. So they're semi-precious stones. Pick them out of the thing, melt the silver, stamp it into coins. There's 10 gold pieces, week's worth of wages, make it happen. That's the kind of that's what I'm thinking is end up like it's almost it's more beneficial to do that.
It's still we're going to take a bag of stuff and give it to somebody, and it's listed at blah, but we're going to get 50% of the list value.
I think we're just arguing with the rules here.
No, I'm trying to work out. No. My point is, how do we make money?
Yeah.
As low level adventurers? Basically, we don't.
Well, no, you sell off your loot.
Yes, at 50% of list, which means we don't make the money that it looks like we've actually got.
But some of those things can also be used as single items.
You know what?
Like gifts.
Yes,
gifts
at
they worth
what value?
As a gift, they're worth as a gift value of the actual.
They'll be accepted as
not
Right,
50%.
but they're not worth any money to us.
No, they're
worth half that
they're far
money.
more valuable to you as gifts, bribes, exchanges.
At which point we'd just keep the sack of stuff and
well, no, we
and use it
could
for
just
loot.
flog it for 50% and make a loss. Well, not make a loss actually. We're making
Exactly.
we're making a benefit because we picked it up for nothing other
No,
than hit points.
that's what I've been trying to say. Is I'm trying to work out: is there a way for us to make more than 50% of list value out of this stuff? The answer has been no.
Not in the sense of physical money.
For things like paying for us leveling, the answer is no.
That's right. But you could trade it, but in the case of levelling,
Yeah.
you might be able to trade it to a teacher to say, look, can I buy a week, 2 weeks, whatever they like.
I will give you this item where you train me.
Because this necklace will look beautiful around.
In which case, it's functionally money.
It's functionally money.
It's functionally
but
money.
You can't trade it in for cash.
Yeah.
Right. So we could use it for leveling, but almost nothing else.
Well, no, you can use it
Yeah.
for favours.
How much is it? It's 1,000 gold pieces.
Okay, if we sold it at 50%,
Yeah.
it's $1,000.
It's $1,000. So we got $2,000 worth, $2,000 of money.
Yeah.
All right. Now here's the thing. All right. How many hit points do you have?
Why is this important?
Well, he's just looking at the sacrifice thing he had earlier.
No, but I'm assuming. What do you got?
Sorry.
38.
Well, I'm dead, apparently.
Yeah,
Sorry,
you're dead.
concerned.
I'm gonna
So,
assume-
I'm hearing all this and thinking, oh, parody is being stolen from. Because if you were to convert it to the money, parody doesn't want it.
Yeah,
Because it's metal.
Parody can't use it.
Exactly. So if I do this, if I
But I'm
make
assuming
it,
you- I'm
if I
assuming
make
you're
a
the
if I
only
make a
dead,
general,
therefore you
all right,
can-
if I make a general assumption about like soft squishy mages and fighters and those kind of things, and assuming you had a bunch of tough fights equal to your hit points, you're basically getting 9 gold pieces value out per hit point out of your expedition. In
Yeah.
which case, you didn't actually spend any money; you just got beat up a bunch. So you're already you're coming out on top by putting yourself at risk.
Yes.
That's adventuring. That's the job.
Yes. I've got.
You got paid in company script, and you're like,
Okay. No. What I've been trying to do is go. Okay. I'm happy enough to get 50% of list for selling stuff, but then getting.
I understand.
high,
Money can be exchanged for goods and
No,
services.
that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
We then get a set of rules
Yes.
on. There is potential to make more money than that by spending time and making some skill rolls.
Yep.
But it turns out that at below a certain level, it is not cost effective to
Sure.
do this.
What do you want the money for?
Better gear and training.
Okay. So what we're facing here is that we have acquired some stuff through blood and toil, and and the route to convert it into hard currency is a loss. But it's not truly a loss because we made it out of nothing.
Yeah,
But if you simply give that item in a trade, you get the thing anyway. So if you can say, I have 1,000 gold pieces worth of jewelry, and I want that 1,000 gold piece sword, and you say to the merchant, I'll trade you this, and they go,
This necklace would look great on your wife.
And you go,
Persuasion.
then you've done the same thing. So we don't need to go the circuitous route of turning it into hard currency if it's not profitable for us at this level.
And it's not easy to carry a necklace worth 1,000 gold pieces than it is 1,000 gold pieces.
Yes, except one of them is a jade breastplate, which is not light. One of the other reasons I want my mule.
Well, that's the other thing, of course, you could look at, or would be curious about, is obviously the advantage of converting it all into hard currency makes it a lot easier to distribute.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it is still a case of, yes, you have this, you have this, you have this.
The other thing is, you've picked all this up, and that's your personal stash of stuff.
No, this is all of ours.
This is the party
The
stuff.
stuff that was collected.
I don't believe
by
I
the
get a
party.
share of this, because I wasn't there.
But then half people were there, aren't there now, so therefore you probably get a share.
Well,
Let's face it, I know at least 2 of the people there, even aside from Peridir, are definitely dead.
Yeah, actually, that's only the stuff I've got that I got valued. There's some other stuff down here that needs to be valued as well.
As the
Which you have
GM,
to-
how do you propose to solve this conundrum?
Well, the basic thing is there are a lot of people who will buy it if they know about it. But the basic thing...
That's what the advertising's for.
That's what the advertising's for.
yeah.
Yeah.
You
it's
could
not...
spend role-playing time
Yeah,
doing it. The downtime is I'm doing it out of store, out of gameplay.
Yeah.
sure.
So if you want to do it out of gameplay, that's the mechanic for doing it out of gameplay. If you come
Right.
up with doing it in game, it can be based on how you play it.
So you
Right.
role play the interaction.
Yeah, as
So-
in giving it as a gift.
So there are mechanics
Yeah.
off to the side there to deal with mechanics,
Yeah, okay.
and
Here's a
that's
shortcut,
the-
you make a loss, but you...
Yeah. So
or
the
you lose out on
it's the
something
equivalent
in
of
tax.
equivalent of vendor trash is
Yeah.
because the vendor then can make a profit by selling it.
Yeah,
Because the
Yeah.
vendor will not buy it without making a profit.
because you
If-
just want to dump a pile of crap on it and then go...
If you
"Ah, now."
spend time, you're basically hyping up the item
Yep.
or
Yes.
the items,
Yep.
and that's what gives you the chance of getting 150%
That
chance.
makes
of
sense
the
to
item.
me, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, it all makes sense. It's just
I mean, I would be prepared to make a 50%. You know, I would like if you've got $2,000 worth of stuff,
Yeah.
and you're coming out with 1,000 gold pieces, and we just got paid 50.
yeah,
I would say that I would consider that a pretty serious win, because then you
Yeah.
now have 1,000 gold pieces of capital to invest in
Let's
selling,
face it.
hawking off your next pile of shit.
Who did you have do the appraisal in the temple? You got it wrong.
pardon.
Who did you have do the appraisal in the temple that said it was valued exactly that? This thing's worth this much. Bad luck.
It was probably himself. He's like, "Wow, this is probably worth 500." The guy at the pawn shop's like, "I gave you 20."
And that's what happens if you go to some of the smaller villages and go, I want to do this. It's like, I've got this 1,000 gold piece of items. Like, we can only give you 200 for that.
And the town can put together
Yeah,
100 gold
for
pieces.
any one
Yeah.
item, they'll drop in 200. But if you
Yeah.
want to sell a bunch of things, they'll give you 500 coins.
between the
For everything
enough
you
people
sell
in
to
town that each want something that
Yeah.
And that's
And
why you
suddenly
have
the
some
town has no
bracelets.
money and a whole bunch of shiny gemstones,
yes,
and everyone's wearing nice necklaces.
yes, which they can sell to the next mage.
So do you
coming
want
through
to
for
do
three
you want to
times the
consider
value.
this to be a trial run, and you get 1,000 gold pieces to invest in the future? Or do you really
well,
have something that's 2,000 gold pieces you want right now?
If there is a way for us to, I don't know if we qualify for another level yet or not.
Not yet.
No. But when it comes to it, we can organise to pay for our next set of training with, hi, here's this cute thing, I polished it up for you. Then, yeah, that becomes cost effective and useful.
So you're able to find your mentor and offer him shinies.
Yes.
And say, if I give you this, will you train me next time? That would look good on my mantle, sure.
Yeah.
Would be his base response
Yeah, that's-
on a persuasion.
I have you this silver goblet, donk, slightly dented. Just now.
And so yes,
Yeah.
most of the mentors will be more likely to help you on a gift than on coin. That is,
or
that
at
is.
least, or at least they're certainly more likely to accept it as a gift.
Yeah, well,
The fact that you already have that personal relationship with them. as opposed to a random shopkeeper.
the assumption that I make with training stuff is if they're a mentor like that, then you're spending coin getting them gifts as well as paying for whatever.
Oh, you have this ready-made gift right here.
Yeah,
And the difference is
I got this thing I got out of a temple for you.
You're
a
giving them
jade
something
breastplate.
with history and that you have a connection with, and then that
Yeah.
thing may show up again later.
Yeah.
Just because you've given it to someone doesn't mean
And obviously, different items will have different value as gifts to different mentors.
Yeah.
And if you
Well, of course that is.
if you find
Yeah.
something that might only be worth say 500 coin, but you give it to someone, and that's the equivalent of giving them 2,000 coin worth of item,
Yeah.
because that has special meaning to them.
Hmm.
And if you can find that for your mentor, then that's basically where the items are more valuable than coin.
Yeah. Is
So we also had some of the coins are
Yeah,
valuable
it
in their
had-
own right,
yeah. It adds a chunk of painful complexity though.
but that's more role playing than mechanic.
Yeah.
But then also,
But
as
it's-
far as then distribution in the party, and again, this is where I don't know who in the party you're distributing to at the present time.
Well, this is the thing.
Right.
At the
It's the sort
moment,
of thing that-
this is the problem. At the moment, I'm not because I can't. Because
you
there's no way to evenly distribute this.
Who are you
Then do
distributing
it.
amongst?
Then do it in unevenly.
And you just keep note of who got lots last time.
Not really. You can just play favourites.
Because considering
If I was doing that, I'd just give it to myself.
well, look at you've got
I wasn't aware that I was getting some cash. So
Well, you might.
Well, that's just it. Because I mean, obviously, if you look
Yeah.
at the people who were there for the temple,
Hmm.
who are you distributing the stuff to amongst the temple?
the only person with you at
Yeah.
the moment is Tidal. Frazzle didn't
Yes.
actually enter the temple.
Martin,
Yeah.
is your world fair?
No,
Yeah.
my world is completely based on.
That was.
Yeah.
You don't have to be fair.
You know, Dimitri, the character in the Wednesday night games, same world. He ended up with about 30,000 gold pieces because the rest of the party disappeared.
Right. Well, the rest of the party buggering off is a different thing.
Well, some
But
of
it's
them.
the same thing happening here, because they say, realistically, particularly if you're assuming Peridir's dead, like if you're dealing with all this before
Yeah.
Peridir can return, if you're assuming he's dead, the only person that you're sharing potentially sharing treasure with is time.
Yeah. And
Divide stuff 50-50? Like,
and-
will it easily divide 50-50?
possibly.
There you go, see?
And
Problem solved.
as far as you know, there is no one else left alive.
Also, who's
Unless-
there?
well,
Also, who's to do the appraisal? Like
Unless
these are
you
not
were-
these are not fixed values necessarily either.
So,
Yes, that's why the role for the downtime
you
thing.
Put it in a
And-
table. You meet up with Tidal over coffee and you put it in the table and go, all right, what do you want? I want the crown.
Because I mean, you talk about the gate breastplate and stuff like that, for example. If you had a warrior type in the party, who is therefore likely to have a warrior type mentor, they might be much more interested in the breastplate
Yes.
than your wizard mentor.
Yes. Although at the moment, the closest we've got to that's you.
Obviously.
Or
Yeah. Well, actually,
you can just keep it all yourself.
Yeah.
Or potentially some people may have connections with local lord who might
Yeah,
that'll look great on my
Yeah. I understand it can be used for gifts in
Yeah.
many different ways.
But yeah, so as far as the distribution goes,
Mm.
yep, there's no reason why you can't distribute things without having to try and put them down into convertible money anyway. So,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be split evenly.
and because it's certainly something that in the game where, say, Dimitri ended up with lots of stuff, I actually had a list on the side that said what each character had been given as part of distribution. So therefore, I could keep it moderately even from session or from adventure to adventure on that idea.
And considering magical items, there's no way to evenly do that. You might get someone who gets a 50,000 gold piece item, and the
Well,
other person
that's-
gets a 1,000.
That's why the magic items are separate.
Yeah.
They're all separate.
But again, if you hand them out evenly-ish, like
Well,
one
He
each,
basically can't.
does the person who got the 50,000 still get an equal share of cash?
It might be a shit 50,000 gold piece item too.
Well,
It might be.
Yeah.
and particularly in this game where you'll get artifacts that you're permanently attuned to, you're effectively cursed by, that you then technically...
What's the gold piece value of
technically
this?
exceptionally powerful,
What's the gold piece value of my What's the gold piece value of my staff that is not of any use?
So,
Anyway,
Yeah.
so you turn up in town sometime.
Well,
Okay.
depending on how long you take around in town for.
So
I don't know. Apparently, we have to spend some time converting
Well-
things to money.
We'll talk
No,
offline about
okay.
downtime.
We tell what's his face about his castle
Yep.
Yep.
and his lands,
We
and
encourage him to go back, and because
He's
the
quite-
history.
we give him the
quite happy
report
with
of
it.
we give him the report of what's left, all the furniture and paintings and everything else as he specifies have been left in place. They're being cleaned and we give him the report of who's
Servants.
actually still there. Basically, bound servants that are
Did
effectively
you meet up with
bound to
Crackle?
it.
Yeah, we
He's
show him
had-
Crackle.
We'll introduce him to Crackle.
He's happy to meet Crackle. He's
Mhm.
also happy to pay you full market price of all the items that you got from the keep.
I don't think we looted anything from the
I don't
keep.
think we did.
We
You
left
actually
it. We left it all there because it's all his.
No, there were certainly
Oh,
some
no, sorry,
items that were.
There were quite a few items you picked up and wrote down. You may not have written them down, but other people did.
Somebody wrote them down. I didn't.
Someone has a stabby knife.
But that person might not be here. They might be somewhere else.
Yeah. Yes, I know you were writing stuff down.
Was I?
Yes, I think
Nah.
so.
I have warm clothes.
I thought I was writing stuff down, but I must have
Yeah.
been a different
I don't have anything. I don't think we actually pinched anything.
Well,
No.
I mean, there was all this cutlery.
Okay.
It was all
there was
like,
a magical dagger.
So there was
Yeah.
Okay, there was the dagger. Oh, the dagger of elf thingy. Oh, that's because Eve's character's got it.
That's right.
Was it Eve or was
Yeah,
it?
Eve has it.
Because there was because
Eve
it
has
was a
it.
dagger. It was
It's a dagger of.
stopped you, so no one else wanted to
It
touch
was, it was the dagger of bloody elf zapping.
And then
I thought
yeah.
Stefan picked that one up.
Oh no, Stefan's got it. Yeah,
What? Who?
yeah, Stefan.
has
Title. Yeah,
He does.
He
Yes,
he does.
you're
He's
right.
got it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he had it
the dagger of doing horrible things to elves is.
Which has the
because he played spin the dagger and it pointed at you.
and then there was a gold ring
What gold ring?
There was a gold ring or something or other.
that has a crystal stone.
Oh, I don't remember this one.
Yeah, that was in the. Oh yeah, that's right. You didn't actually go through the chest of drawers.
No,
in
we
that
didn't.
room.
Oh boy.
No, we were about to, and somebody went, "No, let's go and do this."
In the treasure room,
Okay.
you didn't actually search the treasure room.
No, that was in the room that they found the
dagger.
of Alpha.
Got a little.
Yeah.
Got a little.
Oh yes, that's
Yeah.
right. The people then didn't actually. Yes.
So
Yeah.
we'll come back and do that later. What was
Yeah.
it? Was the statement that you?
Yeah, we'll
made?
get to that later.
Yes,
Yeah,
we'll get to
no.
that later. And
Suddenly
Well,
we
while
found,
we're cleaning up, we could have
suddenly
done.
we found the bad guy, and then
Yeah.
we got knocked out, and we
Yeah.
forgot about it.
Yep.
Okay, so I will give you guys another 200 gold for the knickknacks that you've managed to pick up.
woot.
Cutlery.
That he was willing to buy back from you.
Right. So that's 200 between us.
200 between you, between
Right.
the two of you.
Just the two of us.
Well, the other
Well,
ones
no,
aren't here at the time.
Title was there for it.
Title's off with Dressel somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, but he came back. He did come back to Darrican for the.
Yeah.
Nah,
Title
he
will get something
wasn't.
else.
He wasn't there for this. I mean, I loaded my pockets, and you loaded your pockets, and something. He can try and sell stuff later. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like a dagger.
All
He
right.
can sell his own stuff. So we got 100 each.
Because he also wasn't there for the dagger, so the dagger's worth a crap load more.
Man, I can just murder an elf instead of dagger did it.
Okay, so
Any
and
random elf?
So
Don't be evil. Do evil things.
there goes Lee's character.
well, we're wondering why he wasn't here tonight.
Yeah. He's lightly killed.
I don't mean not an elf I know.
Oh.
You let me borrow that dagger. Stab.
That-
Well, I managed to get some knowledge while
let's
you're
face
away.
it,
Yes.
If it's not an elf you know, you can't really be confident they sent you.
So if he drinks enough, he forgets their name. No.
They were just
that's
mantis
way-
people. Everyone hates mantis people.
That's way down the slippery slope.
Yeah, exactly. So, so we sell some minor knickknacks. We encourage him to head back, as the servants would be there awaiting either release or instruction or whatever. They're like this person. This is Crackle, your great
He sort of looks at Crackle wherever
Great
he
uncle.
goes.
You?
Crackle's
Great uncle nephew.
Great uncle nephew.
Yeah.
Well, he looks like family.
17th removed.
Yes.
Just-
Well, we have described to him what the circumstance of their creation is, and yeah, they've been around for 200 years, and yeah.
He's happy to work with them.
I was going to say, you can remind him that there's pretty good proof when you get back to the castle and you can see the family portrait.
Yes.
And the
Yes.
And the books, the histories
Yeah.
and things like that. That are in
the
there.
history.
But yeah,
Crackle actually knows plenty about the family from long ago.
yeah.
He is.
How about we stop calling him Crackle and actually call him like his actual name?
Well, he prefers Crackle because
Does
he
he?
knows he's not the other person.
Well, remember, he's
Yeah,
not
well,
the
it's
actual
Ed.
boy.
Okay.
He's
So you're
whatever's
not Edgar.
inhabiting the boy.
No, hang on. Edgar? No, Alexander.
I think Edgar might be what the boy's name was.
Yeah.
And he has the memories of Edgar.
No,
but he's
Edgar.
not-
Edgar Corrin was Kazakh because he was
Okay.
he was in 821. He brought the family to the area, and local monsters killed them. And the vampire took his wife to the north. So Kazakh's wife has gone to the north. The last guy buried them and then left. And now they've been resurrected. So he was named Alexander Corrin.
Alexander Corrin was the Baron.
821 died 100.
He was the Baron.
Edgar was the son.
Oh, Kazakh. Yeah, Kazakh equals Alexander
yeah,
Corrin. So
there we go.
Edgar Corrin. Yeah.
But he has the memories of Edgar Corrin, but he is not Edgar Corrin.
Yeah. So he's Crackle Corrin.
Probably not even common.
Anyway,
He's still of the family.
still in the family. This is your weird nephew from whatever, and there are other people similar to this.
He's happy. He looks a lot like his kids.
Yeah, you have a. It's clean. Job complete.
I am happy to let everyone know what a great job you've done,
Thank you. Advertising is useful.
which will basically increase your renown in the city.
What is his? What is his station? What does he do?
He's a merchant.
Oh, that's right. He fell into this. Yeah,
He's
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
relatively
Yeah.
well-moneyed merchant.
Do you want to buy some jewels?
Not particularly.
No, okay.
Jewels are hard to offsell.
Yeah, we
they
found
don't really
that.
work well as bribes, and I don't really like bribing as it is. I find that to be the merchant prince's role,
Right.
and I don't particularly want to be a merchant prince yet.
Right. Okay.
You know,
Do you know of anyone?
they have
else?
such high taxes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
You know, this country taxes you for just about everything, so be careful about what's happening. And one of those things is great to say, I don't really need to be taxed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the guild charges mostly, aren't they? More than taxis.
Oh no, the guild charge is clearly a tax because
Of
we
course
call
it
it a
is.
tax.
Yeah.
So,
But they're still guild charges.
Can we-
The
It's all
guild
guildies.
is the government.
Yeah.
the guild is the government.
Yeah.
The Merchants Guild is what runs the
Yep.
the nation.
Is there a?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And masters pay
Is
master
there
guild
like
wage.
a
Guild charges.
university or library around here?
There is a couple of libraries, but most of them only deal with
They'd be
economic
specialists.
matters.
Yeah.
So most of the universities and cities
Is
here
there
are about how to
arts?
make money.
Is there an arts guild?
They do have a place on the arts, but that is very much about making stuff to sell.
Mm.
So
Okay.
the commercialization of art instead of the enrichment of art.
Mm.
So think of it more like our universities are today. How do we go to university to make money, not how
Okay.
do we
Okay.
go to
Well-
enrich our lives.
Yeah.
Right.
But how do we also put them into debt as they learn to make money?
Right. Okay. So if I,
So American universities.
all right.
Whereas the Elven nation is more about how do we learn to learn.
Mm.
So a nation or a
Or dwarves. How do we learn to
Yeah.
make stuff?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I got this idea.
Yes. Uh-oh.
it's always dangerous.
you
It's always
so if
hard
I
when
need to,
someone's
so if
got
I
an
need to
idea.
make some, so I would like to make a little bit of extra money on the side. In which case, if I could pose for life painting,
Yep.
and make some cash on the side on that.
and courtesy of all the artists. I mean, they're good to you, man.
Well, they'll be reproducing it, right?
Yeah, and spreading it around, and yeah, not a good idea.
At least it's not murdering people.
Yeah, maybe persuading other people to murder people.
Okay, so
That's secondhand.
you can try to do that, and I was going to say we can talk about the rest of the
That's
downtime
terrible.
later. So your characters will end up with 3 months downtime.
Ooh.
Right.
At
which point we meet up with you.
Well, I was going to say was the fact that so you basically get a few days in Darrakhan type stuff. What are you doing after that?
Mm.
So
When you're spending downtime, that's easy enough.
So you'll be able to cause you can talk to her offline about specifics of it, but you'll be able to do a week's research to look into things,
Sure.
find out
Yeah.
more information.
I would like to write to... So if that's the case, if we've got 3 months, I will send some letters and have some correspondence with a larger... either correspondence with my former employer
Yep.
and their research network, essentially.
Mm.
So I will send letters and say, what do you know of this place? And filling in information and transfer and sending what I know about the history of Mystara and
Yeah.
the island and the thing, and try and work out what came of that. And
Mm.
in a time of not... in a bit of a downtime, I'd ask the... I need to come up with a derogatory name for this beastie that talks to me. Like something silly that a gnome would come up with.
The lake tit.
No.
That's what an island is. It's a tit in the middle of a lake.
So one thing you do find out is do
I wanted
you do the
I wanted-
pose for pictures and stuff?
That's... Yeah, totally do.
Okay, so the first time you do it, you hear about a week later that everyone involved was slain.
Yes.
Oh!
Your sacrifice was accepted.
Are you happy now?
And you got no benefit out of it. The painting.
Tell me my story!
The
He's
paintings
happy, but he doesn't
were burnt. The entire everywhere in that room burnt to a crisp.
Oh.
Killed
A random lightning bolt out of a clear sky struck the room
so you
and
did get
basically
paid.
fried everything.
You did
Alright.
get paid. They waited till you left.
I'm trying to be clever here,
I know.
and you're punishing it.
No, I'm not. This is
Tell me,
part
give me
of
the
setting.
vision of the city in space again. I'm paying attention now. I'm trying.
You get the same mocking laughter in the back of your head. Payment first. That first taste is free.
Yep, they got it.
I'm trying to sell some gemstones here. But the conversion rate's not very good.
No, it's not.
Well, what I don't understand is why are you hanging around Darrakhan City?
Exactly. Oh, because you're going to turn up at some point.
You had
No, as far as you know,
Darren
I'm dead.
has actually
Yeah, exactly.
given you a accommodation
I'm just
for
disappointed
a couple of months
in
as
your
a
downtime,
as a
you
thank
haven't
you.
arranged a funeral.
Cool.
And
I was going to ask about.
and so you
Staying
basically
places.
you get a modest accommodation.
Cool.
Do tribespeople... Actually, no. The tribespeople, they probably burn their dead. And if there's no body, then, well,
Depend-
you're already burnt.
Depends on the tribe. It is completely dependent on the tribe.
Elk tribe?
Some of them would do sky burials.
The elk tribe would
How?
burn the dead because they have a forest.
Throw them into the sky?
No, you put them on a high, basically a high table, and they're eaten by carrion birds. It's traditional in some Amerindian tribes.
Okay,
It,
so
particularly
And
South
then
American.
They go back later and collect
Yeah.
bones
And bury the
store them
bones.
second and-
Yeah, but it's particularly in places like Peru,
Yeah.
Okay,
South American
okay.
places.
and
So, I don't really know much about the elk.
No,
Tribe
so
of people.
I'm not suggesting you guys are doing it. 'cause
most of
I
the
think
world
that-
Well,
don't.
in
That's
which case-
part of the problem.
In which case, I wouldn't add
Yeah.
a clue about
But what I am asking though is that
doing...
if you've taken a few days back with Chidara and sort things out, get things sorted, sell off or decide whether you're keeping bits and pieces.
I think in the 10 days
You're
that we
then going
crossed...
to actually
I would
doing-
say that in the 10 days it took us to come from there to there, we've probably gone through a bit of a grieving process and come to terms with that and gone, There's probably like a thing on the boat where we've gone, well,
He's gone.
he's kind of gone now. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I
What
mean,
are
he
we
might
gonna-
be dead or might not be dead, but he looked pretty total. He looked like he turned to ash and vaporized and blew away with the wind. So I mean, there's
Well-
no body to bury.
Well, no.
Do we
You
hold
see-
a vigil?
You say, I didn't turn into ash as far as you were concerned. I went into the shield.
Turned
and the
into
shield
a-
disappeared.
You turned into a stain on the ground.
No.
No.
You saw him get into the shield.
No,
Oh, really?
We actually saw.
Oh, in which
at
case,
least-
yeah, we don't.
no,
He's,
at least-
he's off on some
Victory.
sort of other adventure. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
he is elsewhere.
And
Not
so
doing so.
once you finish up with Jadaran, you
Well, I would say
spend that time posing. A letter appears for the world.
Okay.
Well, it's yours now.
Yes. So,
It's written on the back of a random drawing of some sort of life drawing card.
I was looking through this stuff and found this thing. So,
I thought that was really clever. Shut up.
Yeah.
yeah.
A
I have to suffer alone.
tribesman shows up and has it to you. Not one of the Atruaghin tribesmen, one of the
You can always
Ethingarians.
go
Oh.
and do some more mapping of the dungeon.
Okay.
He's been paid to deliver it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to hang around
Yeah,
here,
let me just. There we go. That drawing there.
It's got your name on it.
Yeah, I want to sell
And
this.
and this location. You've just been walking down the street and he just hands it to you.
Who does? What?
This Ethingarian, which is that tribesman that
I'm
delivered
not even
things. Okay. No, he's walked up to me in the street, and written on the letter is the location where he was going to deliver it on the street. It's corner of this and that. That's where I'm standing right now.
Congratulations.
And he just hands
Yes.
it to you and leaves.
That's efficient.
He gets paid.
I was going to tip him, but he walked off. He turns around.
No, he just continues walking.
Yep. Okay. I get off the street.
he got his tip.
Yeah.
You were here.
Yeah.
This
Yes.
letter's been delivered was originally requested 17 centuries ago.
Yeah.
The letter look,
I can't handwriting.
the letter looks about a year old.
Right. I get off the street.
You don't recognise the seal on the back.
Mm-hmm. I take note of it anyway. Actually, I'll cut it off.
As you
That-
cut it off,
that-
there's a flash.
I'd like to make the explosive
You
words.
basically feel tingling all up you. And then it sort of opens up on its own.
Okay, that's cute.
And the writing writes itself on there. Basically, you think if anyone else had opened it, it would have just been blank.
Yep. Or just ignited.
And it
You
says,
forgot to say, I sold Mystara, I'm up to no good.
says
That's the other one.
Lowell, your friend Prayer Deer will arrive in town within the next 2 months, and will meet you at and it lists your current residence that you got the day before.
Okay.
With payment for the work you've done for me. Thank you for your time, Rheddrian. And once you finish reading it, just
I need a drink now.
Yes. You just received a letter from someone, thank you for the services that you met 2 weeks ago, that he sent a year ago.
Yes.
I'm walking past and I spy you in the
Did he
alleyway. And I
take it?
step back. I'm like,
I
you want a Danish?
you still got the seal.
What are you
yeah.
doing here?
Was there a
I
date on the
just
letter?
got a letter
Or just looked old?
delivered
It-
to me
it was at
by
least
an
a year
Ethingarian delivery guy, but it was addressed to where I was standing where he met me, not to a home address or anything like that.
You seem surprised.
It
We
was,
use that all the time.
it was sent a year ago
Yeah.
by the guy who, what's his name?
Divination makes
Rheddrian.
couriers very accurate.
Yeah, but it was sent by Rheddrian, who sent it himself a year ago and has told us that Paradeer will be turning up in 2 months at my present address, the place I got yesterday,
Okay.
With payment.
with payment for work done.
Hang on. So, hang on. Paradigm. Is it gone?
Not gone, just elsewhere. And he's done some stuff and he's coming back, and he'll be in here in 2 months.
Oh.
He's been working hard,
So-
unlike some people.
You want to go on
We-
vacation and then come back in 2 months?
Yeah, except I think he did it a year ago.
I'm sure he will turn up if he's got that kind of precognitive to be able to address you in the street. Then he will turn up whenever we return.
Exactly.
Of course,
Yes.
a year ago he was locked in the shield.
Yes.
Yep.
There's that too.
That's odd, but okay.
Given the timing we've got at the moment, how long would it take me to get to Rockham and back? Probably too long.
You could probably get there and back in that 2 months.
You'll get back.
As long as you're
It'll
not
be
delayed
exactly
or-
the right time.
And as long as you're not delayed,
he knows
or
precisely
detoured
what
or-
time.
Well, the problem is I want to go there to do some research. I don't know how long the research is going to take.
It will take exactly as long as it needs to be. And when you arrive, Paradia will turn up.
It can take quite a few months to do.
Because paradoxes
Remember,
doesn't
if-
matter.
If you recall,
I'll be travelling at the speed of plot.
if you recall
Exactly.
the wording of your letter, it said Paradigm will arrive within 2 months,
That's true.
not
remember,
actually in
like-
2 months.
Yeah.
The whole delivering to an exact location in the street, I'm like, yeah, we use that all the time. I mean, how else do you deliver someone's, if you work for a divination and research company, you know
Well,
precisely where they are.
Yes.
I'm going to deliver you always on time.
It's just I'm not used
exactly where you
How do
need
you know-
it.
how do you know-
You're used to it. I'm not.
How do you otherwise know that they've moved from the cupboard under the stairs to the second bedroom?
You always work with the sphere of time people because they always know where you are at a different point in time.
Yes.
Of course,
Highly
they can
accurate.
They can get it wrong occasionally, but that's when prophecy fails.
Yes.
or when you're just in the wrong future.
Yes, but they're always giving they're always giving the information that if you turn up and they're not there and you can't hand it off, you would have burned that immediately.
Yes.
Just close that loop.
Yes. Otherwise, things will get bad.
So they sent out 50 letters and one arrived on time. What happened to the others? You don't want to know.
They were all.
They were consumed by the time stream.
They went to the wrong trouser of time.
Well, the moment you cracked one line, all the others disappeared.
Yes. Yes.
They opened them up, they were blank. It's like, oh, okay then.
Yes.
So it's just closing the waveform,
Yes, it is. Collapsing it.
collapsing the waveform.
Yes. So, given
Don't
that
mess
it's-
with time. It
Give-
messes
no.
with you.
Yeah, that's right. So, given that it's within 2 months, I don't have time to go anywhere. So it's.
Of course you can.
I could, but
Leave yesterday.
You can pay for teleportation and get there tomorrow. That'll cost
Yeah.
you a few thousand.
yeah.
You got a pile of gems and jewellery. I mean,
sure
I'm
that
sure you can pay for it with that.
I'm sure the gnomes will be happy to give you a lift.
Oh yeah, there are those too.
Where are they going?
They go everywhere.
I want to go
Eventually.
everywhere.
Yeah, all at once.
They're one of the delivery services that no one uses.
I'll use it.
Well, there's a slight problem that not everything arrives where they take it,
That's okay.
or arrives unburnt.
Yeah.
They have a tendency to set things alight.
We've gotten information that Parody is coming, in which case I'm sure I'll be fine. Because then I have to meet up with him.
He got information that parodies.
I got the
I got it,
information.
yeah, but I got it from him.
But it's only addressed to you.
And remember,
That's not-
it didn't
that's
say
not
that
profit now.
Parody was going to meet you.
Yes.
Just the Parody's going to end up at your house.
Yeah, that is correct.
Yes, you'll be turning up at my address, whether I'm there or not.
Exactly.
and or
I overlook
live or-
obvious solutions in favour of complicated ones.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
We have no limits. We can reach the infinite in time if only we put our minds to it. That does involve an element of risk taking. So, meh. Where are they going?
Wherever they wish to go.
Okay, I wish
The
to go there.
gnomes, the flying gnomes, basically follow their flying ship around.
Okay, I wish to go there and return.
They sort of look at you, going, "But you're a forest gnome. Why do you want to fly?
Above the trees.
We go above the clouds. Trees are for small people. People stuck to the
Can I
roof of
see
the
a
earth.
lot of? I want to see a lot of the land.
You don't see much of the land at all. You see clouds. We use the clouds as cover. Magic can shoot great heights. And plus, you don't annoy the dragons. Dragons really don't like big noisy machines.
Yeah, dragons like me though.
They do?
Yeah, they called me the collector.
You're the collector. What'd you collect? Dragons?
Curses.
Curses. How many have you got so far?
Just this one.
He looks at it going, cool, what happens if I lick it?
Ah.
You saw his tongue's now all black and
Told you, it was cursed.
and it's no longer black. It tastes terrible.
Apparently he said no.
Whatever it was, had this strange laughter. Don't like that laughter. Already have enough goblins upstairs and gremlins that laugh like that. You know, hearing a gremlin laugh while it's trying to talk at you is terrible. Because everything sounds like a laughter. And their language is pretty much laughter. Have you ever actually tried to have a conversation with someone when all they do is laugh at you and that's their whole speech?
That's what this thing does.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It won't tell me what it wants.
I wouldn't want that.
I know. So I need to go someplace and find someone
We can go
who might be
anyplace.
able to remove a curse, or at least annoy it, or antagonize it, or something, and then come back here because I have to meet a friend in.
We can send it gremlins.
Yeah, I could do that. That would be okay.
And you just box them up and send them to them.
Look. I reach into my pocket and I fish around and I pull out like 18 gold pieces and a pile of lint.
Yep.
Take me somewhere.
He looks at your lint intently. He gives you the coins back and says, "Okay, for that, I will take you. I've got this mountaintop we're gonna visit soon. So it's either the one of the volcano, the one that the dwarves say doesn't exist, or
That sounds cool.
well-
I love disproving dwarves.
Well, that's okay. We built on top of their mountain, and they say there's no one up there. Because they say that leads to God, and we built where it leads to God, and we.
So
think
that
it's
means
funny.
we have a place to hide from dwarves.
Oh no, we drop things on them every now and then. Anything that doesn't work gets pushed off onto them, and they say it's God talking,
Excellent. That is
quite funny.
quite funny. Let's go there.
Okay. So,
You realise you're going to walk home.
so we just need you to fill out a couple of forms. So this one says that none of your family are going to hold us liable for anything that happens to you while in flight, or after we land.
I sign it. They may.
They may? Who's they may? That's supposed to be your name.
It's one of my names.
It is one of your names? You called the May?
One of.
I thought you said you were the collector.
Yes, that's another one of my names. I collect names too.
You collect names? Is that why you... But you said you collect curses. You collect many things. You collect stamps.
Uh,
But stamps are interesting.
Boring.
How about coins? There are some really interesting coins
I
out
like
there.
collecting coins.
You could conduct
Vast
the email
sums
stamps.
of
You could
coins.
conduct like the email stamps.
I collect letters too.
You collect letters, but why do you want to collect letters for? You get paid to...
Because then they take me to fancy places and then I give the letters to the person. It's a
Well-
way of travelling.
Yeah, have this letter.
Okay. What letter is it?
It is a letter he gives you, and it says, this letter is to who it may concern.
I am who it concerns.
No.
I open the letter.
The letter is addressed to the person who's standing at the corner of the
To whom it may concern. Does it have an address?
I don't know, but it has no address on it whatsoever. This was one of the ones given to us by the, it was given to us by the dwarves.
Well,
So,
clearly the dwarves are not whom it concerns.
no, the dwarves aren't who am I concerned. They were hoping we would open it, but there was no way I was going to open something given to me by a dwarf, priest.
No, I don't want to open it for dwarf priest, you said?
Yeah, dwarf priest.
Was he important?
No, but he's got a wicked sense of humour. But you said you collect curses, so I'm sure this is cursed.
I like the cut of your jib. And I open the letter.
Okay, so
I have prepared explosive.
you
He's
open it up.
sailing up.
A whole lot of runes just scroll up the page. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
It's the Star Wars crawl. Yeah. All right. What is it? Constitution.
Yep.
Is this a spell? Wait, no, never mind. Just rewrite. Sorry. 13.
13. Okay, you feel yourself growing in size. Your clothing is starting to shriek and protest against it.
I don't used to be dwarf.
And yes, you are now a dwarf.
Your beard's getting longer by the minute.
You're a beardless dwarf. You're a completely hairless dwarf.
What?
What's a map on you?
That sounds like a giant gnome.
What? Hang on. Oh.
He goes, yeah, that's appropriate.
It is fixable, I'm presuming.
Lol.
Sigh.
Where are we going again?
Rocco,
Do I believe in that?
it's up to you.
No, but if I'm a dwarf now, does that mean that I
Rockham is the
don't...
dwarven nation.
Yes.
Yeah, but the mountaintop, where we said that they're not, that the dwarves don't know about.
Your mind hasn't changed in any way.
Right. Okay, so I don't instantly start being like, this is a
No.
bullshit place.
No. But he's now bigger and buffer than he was before.
Why are you a dwarf?
The hairless dwarf.
I wasn't going to mention
You're
that.
not even here.
Oh, good.
Hang on, where did you need to go?
Rockham.
Oh, too bad. I'm going.
You do get word from Drazzle that the crazy gnome was heading towards the sky ships.
Do you know where he's going?
Probably somewhere dangerous. He
Well,
recommends
that's-
you go with him. He's not going anywhere near him. He's cursed.
Cursed? Well, apart from the thing in his chest. Yeah, mate. Is he specially cursed, or is it more normal cursing? Yeah.
He doesn't
Yeah.
want to be the person he sacrifices to you.
Well, more
So
importantly,
you're sending me along instead?
Drazzle's staying with Tidal Rift.
Mm-hmm.
He's not avoiding the curse button at all.
No, he's staying with
Tidal
title,
Rift.
because that's important.
Besides, he's got a book to write.
Mm-hmm.
He's got an evil curse. He's going to kill someone. He just doesn't want to be the person he kills. Because he knows, he doesn't think of him as a real person. Russell knows that,
Well,
Nippo
actually-
doesn't really think of him as such.
You see, the entity actually sent him on an impossible quest.
Right.
He doesn't just want the sacrifice of a sentient creature. It's a very special sentient creature.
Right.
It's a bald dwarf. Obviously an impossible thing.
Well, if he's going to Rockham,
What does this say? What does this
I
stuff
should
say?
go.
But this stuff
You don't know I'm going to Rockham.
Does your
He
character
just said-
speak
I
more
literally
than-
turned up and said, "Take
Oh.
me away somewhere," and they went, "Hey, we're going to this cool.
Oh,
We're
okay.
going to this cool volcano." Oh yeah, let's do that.
Or the top
Fair
of the mountain
enough.
that dwarves don't believe exists.
The top of a mountain where dwarves don't believe it exists.
Yeah.
It's a perfect place to hide from dwarves, and I turn out to be a dwarf.
Yeah.
I read the. what is this scroll? Like, what
Well,
does the scroll
It
say?
was just Dwarven runes going up the page, and then they
I
also
read
appeared.
dwarven.
Okay,
No, I don't actually. Shit, never mind.
Yeah.
You might want to pick that up at some point.
So it's just like, bruh, like,
Mhm.
okay.
Scroll of stuff. Suddenly you're wider.
Okay, you realise it did start to get a bit more sense clearer towards the end, towards the bottom.
No, I don't.
No, he doesn't get the
instantly- I don't
language.
learn.
No,
I don't
no.
learn the language.
No, he's having a rocky time of it.
So do I adopt the stats of a dwarf or not?
If it's permanent, yeah.
Okay,
Still don't know that yet.
I'll just write down dwarf.
Dwarvy bits.
Yeah,
Currently
whatever.
you're
I get on. I get on the.
medium-sized.
I get on the airship and we go.
Yeah.
Okay, it's
For
still
the for the
Coin
princely
goes up.
sum of some
You
pocket
know,
lint.
you know the real problem for you? I was
No, really, I
thinking-
paid him in pocket lints.
the flying gnomes are entirely stable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's interesting though is the fact that I was thinking, actually my characters have flown with the gnomes before and it's really not a good thing because their ships are built for gnomes.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking, that's okay for you. Except now you're a dwarf. So you're actually medium size, not small size.
So he has to go through doorways sideways.
No, they push him through, and there's this scraping sound.
And well, when the character I had on it, he spent most of the night, he had to lie down effectively the entire trip.
I'm going to throw so many rocks at those dwarves down the hill.
And they won't be able to look up to see where it's coming from.
I know, right?
Yeah.
God thinks you're a jerk.
Okay, so
That's impolite.
so you spend a while getting into the vehicle. It takes a while. They have to get about 3 more gnomes to help. And while you're
Don't
doing
move that cog. Don't push that lever.
so, while you're doing so, did You follow Drussel's advice and head to the airships.
Oh, yes. I'll go up there.
Drussel
and
didn't say
find
that
out
he was told that. He just
just that he's going up there. I'll go up just to see what. Why is he getting on a gnome ship without?
Because I told you you
what
wanted
he's
to go
doing?
on a holiday.
Oh, yeah. No, that's fair enough.
He said we got to be back here in 2 months to meet up with Peridir. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
well, cool.
So as you get to the top, you see a hairless, barely clothed dwarf with a tattoo on its chest, getting pushed into a flying vehicle.
Do I actually want to get closer to that?
You recognise the tattoo.
Oh, I know. I realise I recognise that. That's hard. That's hard to fake. No one's ever going to copy it. But okay.
Well, obviously someone.
He's
The
been.
answer is no.
Obviously someone did copy it. It's now
Yeah.
a dwarf.
The answer is sort of. He's going on a holiday
As
on
a
a
dwarf.
gnome ship as a dwarf.
You know,
And the
It
vehicle they're
wasn't
putting him
wrong.
in
I'm
has
spending
no,
2 months as a dwarf for tax reasons.
Right. No, that's valid. That,
no.
And the vehicle they're
Wasn't the
pushing him
scroll
in
that
seems to
did
be
it.
completely
It was
mechanical
the
in
map.
origin.
It was the entity turned you into a dwarf because now your chest is bigger.
How is
map
that
is growing.
trustworthy?
It's
I
not.
just want to
I
steal
know.
some power from
That's
our
the
god.
problem.
Yeah, there can be costs for that.
No, it's supposed. That's what steal implies.
Yes,
The cost is possibly
But-
being found out.
but there's also the element that stealing from a god is normally something that would be done by a particularly masterful thief.
Well,
It's epic.
Yes, which is why he's got to wait a few levels.
That's why.
well, how do they learn to become epic?
That's why.
They
That's
fail
why-
a few times.
Yeah.
So you're working on the idea that you feel like you're successfully stealing power from a god.
No, I'm not.
No.
Because it's laughing at me and telling me, yeah.
It's taking what looks like a sacrifice and saying, no, that wasn't worth anything.
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah,
off."
yeah. So in this case, it's like, yeah.
Mm. It's being an ass, but then it's a demon they're meant to be.
It's not quite the hand of Vecna yet. It's just the
No.
middle finger of Vecna.
Yes, that's right.
Followed by the hair follicle of Vecna.
Mm.
No, it's doing this. You're like, what do you're like, oh, I'm going to give you power, the hand of Vecna. No, it's just
Yeah.
that's what it's getting. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so yes, you're up there. You see them doing this, and all the three of them shove him in there, turn and stop and look at you.
I shrug and wave them on.
They continue. They get out some fat and squeeze him in. There's a popping sound as he
I'm
gets in.
just. Oh god. Oh.
And one of them's running to the front of it, going, and it looks like he's playing around with some knobs, levers, and rapidly winding something up. And the other one comes up saying, "So, were you looking for a trip to Rockholm?"
Rockholm
Yes, that's where we're going.
on. How?
That way, he points. That's how we're getting there. Using that, he points at the mechanical machine that looks like a death trap.
And
We have room for one more cargo. Unfortunately, you don't fit the passenger seats.
Let me just ask the captain. He looks at a fish in a fishbowl. Captain says okay.
No, the captain's a gremlin. Get it?
It's a fish and it's a gremlin-y fish. It's got arms.
You could have a little tadpole.
It's kind of floating upside down in the middle.
It's a gremlin and a bath.
It's neutrally buoyant.
Gremlins is actually
is-
a race of this world.
Mm. How long does it take to get to Rockholm? And how long back, and when are you coming back?
Well, we do this trip every now and then, but this is the mail delivery, so we expect to be there a couple of yells down the way.
And how long is that?
How long can you scream for? A couple of those.
This is the mail delivery, and I assume you're mail.
Express.
Yeah.
Express mail.
No stops.
You are allowed to say no.
No.
It is okay.
Is, I
He wants
really
to go
do
to
want.
Rockholm.
I really want to go to
The
Rockholm.
next one I was amused about was the sense you pick a random place and
Yeah.
as soon as Mark described it,
I've been in this game, what, like 6 sessions? And I've got 2 curses. How lucky are you feeling?
I'll pick up the third one, right?
Well, no, he collects them. You've already said that.
Well, actually, I've got the legendary staff. I'm already cursed. So, yeah.
Which stuff?
You down for another?
The reason I'm going to Rockholm. That spear thing. That's
the one from the temple.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
The thing that looks like a spear. It's actually a caster's staff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man,
What?
that's awesome. I'm looking up ideas of like unearthed arcana things about priests,
Yes.
and like at first level you have advantage on saves against divine spells because you hate gods.
Yes. Yes. It's not so much an priest; they're an anti-priest.
No, priest.
But
That's
the
what it
thing
means.
is- yeah.
Anti-priest. As in, I steal.
They're
Divine
stealing. Yeah, they're stealing divine power to use
But that was
it against
that's a
the
cool.
gods.
That's a cool thing. Of like,
Yeah.
it's called god hate. You get
Yeah.
advantage on divine spells.
Yes.
Well, the Divine provide both warlock, druidic, and
Yeah.
divine magic.
Yeah. That's
The
cool.
only thing they don't provide is arcane magic.
Hmm.
Because that's considered stolen magic.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yes, except you're stealing it from everywhere, not just the gods.
you can go by safer means.
So if the gnome
I'm-
turns to you and says, well, we should be there in a couple of days. You can scream for days, can't you?
Gust of wind.
Yes, I would.
You're in
I
help. I'm
would-
sure you can scream for a while. Just call out to your daily prayers, and we'll be there before you notice.
No, I won't take up any weight on your delivery.
You're not that heavy. I agree.
Wise choice.
So just lay down there, and we'll be on our way.
Lie down.
Yeah,
Oh, of course, because there's nowhere to sit.
on top of that dwarf.
Your
no,
cargo. You're
thank,
going your cargo.
thank you. I'll stay.
We don't have another one coming for a while.
I'll get to Rockholm some other way.
Oh, you'll be there within 3 days.
When are you coming back?
We have a
Don't reconsider it.
No, I'm not.
Walk
we
away.
have a
No,
monthly trip.
no, thank you. Have fun. I'll walk off.
Okay, so he goes, okay,
Yeah.
shoves the door shut. The door's feet sort of squishing together. This is the tightest he's
That
felt for a
cemented
while.
me staying here. It's great.
You can see he yells out, "Contact!" And you can see one of them just
There's a guy on the side with 2 big rocks just sparking them.
Trying to get things to light.
Yep. There is a guy just doing that. And there is someone just spitting the blades at the front. Yes, there is a guy in front of you making those noises. He's the captain. You see
There's
this
a little gremlin in a fish
Yes.
tank upside down.
Going bubbles.
That, by the way, just a side thing on that. That was one of the things that they had a big problem with during some of the Star Wars movies. Is far too many of the actors were making lightsaber noises while they were fighting, and they had to tell them, "Look, stop! We can't take them out in post. We can see you making the mouth movements."
and then you see people getting behind it, start pushing it to the edge of the platform.
I'm going to leave before I have to watch this because it's just, yeah.
And the person running behind going, click, 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 click,
You
click,
never
click.
actually confirmed it was him.
It's got the thing on his chest. I'll make the assumption. Actually, what would be amusing is the guy trying to light it isn't actually on board.
He
He's
isn't.
behind it.
He's behind
running
it,
behind it, trying to light it.
Yeah. He reaches the edge of the platform and you just see that the spark and something hits, something ignite as it just goes over the edge and starts plummeting.
I hope
It
there's
is
a
300 feet down.
net. I hope there's a net down there.
There is no net.
And so yes,
There's a stables.
this is tip over the edge. He's been the afterburners fly.
straight down.
And you hear a God Almighty bang as the engines kick in. It's basically like it's like 3 explosions going off at once.
Yes. I
As
think it's,
this plume of smoke as it starts shooting towards the ground.
I did make the right choice.
And then you see, moments later, you see it zooming up into the sky and off into the distance before you even notice. You've never seen anything fly that fast. Not.
This is the
I-
stupidest of things.
And you can hear the backfire off into the distance as it's going off.
Yes, I can definitely see why not a lot of people use
It's powered
this
by a
particular
pulse
weapon.
jet.
And occasionally,
Makes a horrible, horrible noise.
Yes.
and then
It sounds like a sick dragon.
The dragons hate it.
Yes.
The moment it leaves sight, you hear the screams of the people inside just hit you from when they were going down the thing. It's like,
Okay.
you just don't quite understand.
No.
And you continue to hear the screams for about a minute or so later.
I'm just going to
Leave.
wander off and have a drink somewhere. Probably 3 or 4.
Yeehaw.
Yeah, so a couple of days later of flying through the air,
Mm-hmm.
you plummet towards a mountain sticking out of a island of clouds.
Okay. Am I still a dwarf?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
problem is, you haven't got room, you haven't been able to actually have any space to eat. Of
Not that
course,
big.
You also haven't
The space is
actually,
that small.
You also haven't actually had any desire to eat either.
So every time you try to ask a question, it's jumping around like this the entire way.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine military planes.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
But less comfortable.
So, alright. Alright. So I get there. What are you doing?
I'm going to check through the downtimes and see what I can do for the next 2 weeks.
He's going to explore the dungeon and map it out.
All of it.
There are people already doing that.
Mm.
So
Not by themselves.
Oh, there are groups that do it. So they basically do 1d20 rooms a week until
Yeah.
they map out the rest of the dungeon.
Some of them even survive long enough to see more than a few bits of it.
If they roll a 1, that group doesn't survive.
Mm.
Well, doesn't return.
Pretty much the same thing. Okay.
Well, it means there's loot for the next people going out.
Alright, so while I'm away there, I'm going to... What's in Rockholm?
Rockholm is the heart of Dwarven Kingdom.
Yeah,
in this,
what's in Rockholm on that hill?
on the top of the hill? That is basically one of the Sky Gnome outposts.
Mm-hmm.
One of many they have around the world.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And they have their...
And obviously doesn't exist.
Yes.
It's also where they craft most of their mechanical devices.
Okay. So it looks really cool.
So it is the mecca for people who love clockwork.
Cool.
Mm.
I learn more about... I involve myself in clockwork and learn about this location. I might even jaunt down to Rockholm for a thing.
There are no connecting flights between Rockholm and the top of the mountain. It's basically 2 mile down.
Right. Okay. So I'll try and find a way down.
They can give you a parachute, but there's no way back up.
All right. So I'll go to the edge.
You can't even see the city. It's basically.
Can someone
it is
point
that
me
far
in the
down.
direction of the city?
They can.
Okay.
They'll even give you the parachute to allow you to go all the way down there. But
I don't want the parachute because I need to get back on the plane and come back.
Mm-hmm.
I'll stand on the edge and I'll throw some rocks into the abyss.
For 2 months.
No. And then I'll come back.
And they do have a lot of they do work in a lot of steam tech.
Yep.
So
I have no idea what downtime activities are available, but I've at least gone to a cool location to do it.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, and you do notice that they do repair some highly advanced technology here occasionally as well.
Mm.
So
right.
the thing you flew in on isn't the most advanced thing they have, but it is one of the more common vehicles they have. The most common are the more common it is, the less sophisticated it is. So apparently, the vehicle you flew in took 10 years to build.
Right.
Mm.
Okay.
So lightsabers
These are
will take a
all
while.
technical people, aren't they? So there's no one who could remove a curse.
None of these guys deal in curses.
That's cool. All right.
Well, curse removal anyway.
That's fine. All right.
But they do deal in
My
high
surface-
technology, anatomy, and surgery.
They can replace your legs with mechanical legs.
Can I get a skin?
Also.
Can I get a skin graft?
I think they can replace your
What do
torso.
you want to graft it with?
I don't know.
Dwarf skin.
You got that.
Well, it makes it easy.
Well, I'm thinking that if I've been turned into a dwarf and I can reverse that, if I have this removed from my skin while I was a dwarf and then I turn back into a gnome, it may actually improve the healing of it because then I just
Maybe.
I still say you should go the whole way into a new torso. Top
it
off
may still
here,
prove useful. He's
here.
just being a
Yeah.
jerk.
Okay, so you can see that these
Oh,
guys
look, never mind.
they do have Warforged.
Ah.
Would you like to become a Warforged?
I spend a bunch of time. I come back. We meet up with Paradigm.
Okay.
You've been sitting out this entire game.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Warforged rogue.
This thing's got like 1%
Yes.
battery left, so
Yeah. Actually, there's one thing I do need to do.
Yep.
The spells available for my Dragoncraft.
Mm-hmm.
I need to find out what I can actually learn and then learn them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
So it takes you a week per level to learn it.
yes. Well, the first thing I want to do is get the cantrip because that's actually quite useful.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then whatever, basically find out what is available, and then learn what I can in what's basically 2 weeks.
You're doing it for the other 6 weeks.
enjoying that.
Oh no, sorry, that's right. It's 2 months, isn't it? Yes.
So if you have a look at
I
it,
have
there
many
are 3
times.
cantrips.
Yes.
So there's Dragon Roar, Puff of Smoke, and Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
So there are a bunch of stuff on there now.
Oh, right. Oh, you've got more in there. Cool.
Okay, so yes, you spend some time. We'll write out what happens between hands, so we'll figure out how many weeks you have, and we'll note down where you learn.
Yep.
So you get back. As you get back, you have a gnome with a wild look in his eyes. No one talks about Rocco.
It's a gnome, not a dwarf.
Did you have a time?
Oh, wonderful time. I saw
Cool.
mechanical men.
Cool.
He's got a lot of scorch marks over his chest. His hair's all in different shapes, but the outline's still there.
I'm not one to judge.
But he has that look of experience of doing stuff.
Mm-hmm. He's seen things.
Made things.
And there's a slight bite on his neck. Don't know what that's from.
Not gonna
that was
ask.
from the captain. That was recent.
Not gonna ask.
And then Pretty walk, just walked into the room through as if he walked through a doorway, but there was no doorway where he walked in.
I hand him a beer.
Welcome.
And right
There's a little.
behind-
There's like a banner that says "Welcome home, Grady."
Yeah, it's been there for 2 days, but we weren't going to say that.
Hey, good place.
Yeah.
And
I've only been gone a couple of days.
as far as
To
he's
you.
concerned, 3 days.
Good you.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
there is a chest with each of your names on it.
Cheers.
Ooh.
that was left in the behind the door that wasn't there that disappeared.
That's right.
Really?
Okay, so
I'm a bit wary about chests with inscriptions on them.
well, yeah, because you've got one. Yeah, I was going to say I pick it up and open the rib cage.
It's inscribed with your name. In rather
Which one?
One of them.
What a cop out. No.
Middle one.
Okay, one that we know.
They may.
Oh,
Yeah, I've read that.
Well, it is one of your names.
Now.
Ooh.
Okay, you look at it. It's got all your names on it.
Okay.
That's really long.
Including some you haven't actually thought of yet.
They're from the future.
So from our point of view, it's got scribble all over it in 4 different languages.
Probably.
Yeah.
At some point in the future, I learn something.
Alright. So did Rheddrian provide me any information
Dwarvish, which explains he's glued on rocks.
before we left?
He said he said you should rest
Or
up
possibly
and
element.
take some time off, and he will be in a couple of months from when you get back, he will be having people meet up with you. So he's going to try to get a gathering of heroes together.
Welcome back, Brady. You have been missed while you were gone.
From your point of view, how long have you been gone? Since you got taken into the shield?
No. A few days?
Take a seat. Have a drink. Let's
2
catch up.
2 months ago, I received a letter telling me where and when you would be turning up. That letter was a year old when it got to me, and it was addressed to me in the middle of the street where I was standing, where it was given to me.
He still thinks it's weird.
No, I appreciate what they did with it.
So you're saying it's been a year?
The letter was a year old. I'm not saying it was a year.
So how long are you saying?
Depends who wrote the letter and when.
No, I mean, when did you last see me?
Oh, a couple of months ago.
Oh,
Yes, as I said, it's been a couple of months from our point of view.
You'll definitely be the oldest living member of your race.
Yes.
well, no. No one will remember.
Oh no, there'll be stories. We tell
You
them.
disappeared into a flash and delved into the shield, and the shield then disappeared, and we lost consciousness.
Yes.
We woke up a day later. We tried to find where you went. We tried to suss out what was happening, but really we ended up committing ourselves to the fact that you had been taken away.
Yes.
And Drezel
with
adds
nothing
you.
else to do, with nowhere else to turn, we headed back to Darrakin.
Yep.
We got paid. We
Did you
milled
look after
around. We
Doug?
milled around looking for. We milled around.
Did you look after Doug?
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah. We milled around looking for some sort of thing, and then he gets this letter saying that you would be returning to us. We'd kind of made our peace about this already, but it was quite an abrupt surprise.
Mm.
So we occupied ourselves for a couple of months and positioned ourselves here for your return.
Which is why the beer and the banner.
Well, Rheddrian does send his apologies for the confusion at the time.
Is
Thank you.
he hostile?
I've got no reason to think so.
Okay.
Cool.
But he turned all those. Was he the power inside the shield?
Seemingly, the effect of the engine of his ship was the cause of the Crackle and his friends,
Right.
but
But it wasn't
But that-
him doing it.
he wasn't doing it. No, he wasn't
Right.
doing it because he wasn't. I get the impression he was even barely aware.
So they were accidental.
I believe they're definitely accidental.
Right.
It's a ship.
So radiation
And
zombies.
But the, I said this.
Hmm.
I told you all this before we left.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
Sure.
You
Not all of this.
You looked into that. You stood in front of the shield.
Yes, and they
You
told me the
murmured.
situation. And
You
I
murmured.
told you,
You
and
murmured something for a second, and then we all were out.
You'll have to ask Tidal to be sure.
Okay.
If you did, it happened very quickly, and we don't remember it.
Maybe the shock made you forget. But yes.
Yes.
So as Rheddrian explained when I first spoke to him in the mirror,
Mm-hmm.
he apparently arrived on this world in some sort of flying ship.
Like the gnomish jobbies. Except better, I'm presuming.
Wait, hang on.
I don't think Paladin's come across the gnomish flying ship yet.
You did
No,
say
no,
that
no.
last time in the
You
city.
said that there were.
But you saw
Yeah.
you saw
No,
the
wait.
airships.
I do recall something about this. It was there was metal men and Blackmore.
And in fact, yes, because I know
Yes.
in the sense of I know from a player's perspective, I know I told you
Yes.
because there was a discussion about Blackmore coming up.
Yes,
and things like that.
yes.
The-
You must have just blacked it out.
so-
Or blacked it out for
so,
me. But yes,
so
Black-
You
Blackmore
had
stuff.
you had a thing about Blackmore.
I know.
the and so yeah, so but Predator will remind you of what he discussed at the time and the fact that yes, so yes, the shield itself probably caused Crackle and his friends to wake up,
Yep.
but that was certainly not a deliberate effect, and that as Rheddrians said, he thought there might be some other remnant of his ship that was potentially going to cause the destruction of the world.
Yes, that's right.
So,
It's a great thing that he's trying to stop.
which is why I was willing to
Yep.
assist where I was able to, and apparently
Hmm.
there may also be the opportunity to assist him again in the near future.
Cool.
He's apparently collecting additional personnel, but maybe
To
able
try
to
and do something about his
work towards. So
potential
I did say
mutilator.
in fact, yes. If you are interested, I will. I suspect he can use all good hands.
Yes.
So, and but yeah. So I say he apologised for the confusion
Right.
back at the castle.
Cool.
When apparently he was saying the fact that he had to leave suddenly because there were others that were chasing him in some way.
Right.
So, and then it took a little while for him to actually find someone else to take up my position in the shield.
Yes. So he obviously did that.
So,
Yeah.
The sacrifice.
a willing volunteer.
Right.
So, and yes, so, I say seemingly specific to avoid dying, or at least prolong life.
So someone who is about to, I'm presuming.
So, but then yeah, so and yes, he expressed his apologies and his gratitude. Looking down at the chest.
I open mine up.
Okay, opening it up, you can see in neat rows more than 1,000 coins of gold. You pull one out.
I pull one out.
It's completely smooth. You've never seen a completely smooth, unminted coin before. Perfectly formed.
Perfect discs.
No shaping marks. No nothing. No maker's stamp. This that just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Penadier will open his chest anyway. I assume Tidal will if he's around.
Okay, so you have the equivalent in diamonds.
Bonus.
Mm.
So it's basically 2,000 gold piece worth of either gold or diamonds
Mm-hmm.
2,000 total, you mean?
each.
Oh, 2,000 each. Okay.
I open mine. Oh.
You got nothing.
You also have 2,000 coins, gold coins,
Wow.
unminted.
Question for you.
Penadier will make a comment.
Learning new ritual spells.
Takes the same amount of time as learning an actual spell.
Any spell. Okay, so it's a week per level. Okay.
Yeah.
Because there's a few spells I need to learn. As rituals.
Once everyone's opened their chest and had a look inside, Penadier will make the
All
comment.
the-
Tensor's floating disc for a start.
All the updated rules are on the blog
Yeah.
to find.
I was just looking at that.
Penadier will
Checking.
make the comment. Yes. Rheddrian expresses his apologies for the abrupt departure, thanks for service, and down payment on future service.
I expected that to be, yeah.
And there is also a key to a room in the lid with a room number and a notation for the Knights Rivets,
Which is where?
a local tavern in Atruaghin City.
Okay.
What was it?
Like, is it like a key in one of the chests or a key in each?
In each of the- each of the
Knights, what is it?
Rivets.
Knights Rivets. Okay.
Actually, that which holds their armour together.
Yes.
As opposed to a Knight's Revetment.
Yes.
Knight's Rivets.
Or Knights Rivets, in case they get turned into a frog.
Could happen.
Wouldn't that be the Knights Rivets?
I said Knights Rivets.
Yeah.
Could happen.
Yes. Or when they get turned back, the Knights reverts. What?
And it has a date
Exactly
set
the level of
as
enthusiasm that required.
for a council meeting on the second month of next year.
Okay.
And you have a room pre-booked, paid for until after the meeting.
Okay.
How weird.
Yes.
And you are now free to go on your ways with a chest full of gold.
Or diamonds.
Or diamonds, yes, because your character can't use gold.
Oh, that's right. I was concerned when you opened up yours with an upgrade.
Yeah.
Someone's getting rich and it's not going to be no idea.
And
Yeah.
none of the chest is made out of metal.
And you got
Nice.
shinies.
Cool.
Yes.
I'm going to call it there because I'm very, very tired. So
Yeah, okay, certainly.
Well, you
I'm-
just come back in, so yeah.
You just
You
flown
just
in.
flown in.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the question
No, it's
then...
an early start.
Yeah,
Lots
that
of
too.
work, but yeah.
So normally the characters would have gotten
This is also
1,000,
this is
but they
also
could
running
negotiate
out
up to 2,000. But because of all the other stuff I have in the game, I don't mind giving the extra money to
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah.
This is how I make up for the fact that most things have ended.
Well,
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
if you want to continue on, that's cool.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
no, the only thing I was going to ask was,
Before I
okay,
get
so
too tired to drive
effectively, how
straight.
many months is it
Yeah.
to this meeting?
It will be about another 4 to 6 months.
4 to 6 months. Okay, so the question will be whether or not you want to be
If you
doing stuff or doing downtime.
if you want if you
We've
want
got
to
2
rest
months
with,
of downtime, and now
with the
we're
amount
going
of money you have, you can pay for leveling and take the time off and have your characters relax.
Yeah.
So you can be trained and ready as soon as you've got the XP.
Or you can go
Yeah.
for story and have other stories that happen in the meantime. So
Yeah,
that's the choice is leveling or story.
Yeah.
There's
well,
there's a bunch of gnomes with some metal men up on a hill.
that's an interesting thought. The other one is going to rock home, not using a gnomish airship.
Well, you could get to Rockholm and then use a parachute.
No, you can get to the
I think I'll go by horse.
the mountain above Rockholm.
And if you choose
It
to do
was
things
really,
like that
really-
as a downtime, that can
Yeah.
easily be done.
So did
Well,
you,
I'll do that as a downtime.
were you still a dwarf at this stage?
Also,
Apparently, I turned back.
at some point during this, I will get my
Oh, that's right,
mule
yeah,
back
you
because
were-
I want my mule.
So the curse wasn't a permanent curse because it was made by a trickster god. It was only for a certain amount of time.
Yay!
It was
Yes.
still the next full moon.
Ah, nice. Okay.
They love using moons as a way of telling.
Marking time.
So if the moon was 2 days away, it would last 2 days. If it was 27 days away, because each month is 28 days, then that's the maximum it would last.
Yes, but they won't tell you which moon it is.
Oh, it's always the next moon.
Yeah,
I rarely
Yeah,
do
but
curses
which of the
come with
moons?
instructions.
yeah, of course not.
Well, there's only one visible moon. The other moon is invisible.
Yeah, that makes it
And
more
it's
fun.
made out of metal.
So let's not go there.
They say the world that has 2 moons.
Mhm.
They say the world that Athos has endless dunes.
Mhm.
But you don't care as you tend your wounds, for you have just read explosive runes.
Hey, at least yours
Go
wasn't
s-
explosive runes today.
Yes. Go sleep. Yeah.
See you later.
Yes.
So yes, I guess the question we'll ask is, do we want to be spending time, effectively downtime, or do we actually want to do something in the
Well, I do want to do
downtime
the
activity?
downtime activity as going to Rockholm for research, because I'm not going to drag other people off just for me to go to Rockholm.
Okay, just confirm.
So it's however much that's going to cost me, and how much time.
Okay, so you were at
Um,
month 3 when we started the session, which will
Yeah.
take you to about month 6 by the time Jeremy shows up, which means you have 7 months, which is enough time to go off to a lot of research.
Yep.
Spend the time doing it, getting your spells, spending time on that, doing your secret craft,
Yep.
because you're
I'm initiate,
you,
but I
Well-
qualify for the next level, the first circle.
yep. And I've
Um,
also got a second secret craft for you as well.
Cool. What do you think? Oh, elemental one? No?
It's
Cool.
a secret.
It's the Elven Craft of High Magic,
Ah.
but I've got it down as the Elvenologist. Just because I love
Because you have to.
well,
Yes.
because anyone can use it.
Yeah. Oh, that's just sad.
But the
anyone
elves
can
can
use
use
it.
it.
As long as an elf is willing to teach you.
That's right, okay.
Yeah.
Anyone can use it if they can get access to it.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing with all the secret
Exactly.
classes.
Which means you'd refer to it as the High Elven Magic, whereas everyone not of an elf would refer to it as the Elvenologist.
That's right.
Yeah. And that's assuming they know about it. Yep. And spending time actually working if I need the extra cash to cover what I'm doing.
With the amount of money you just got, you shouldn't have to do
Yeah.
any of that.
Yeah.
I was going to say, the accommodations got paid for, but not if
Yeah.
you go off to Rocco to do it.
Yeah. The other one is spending downtime time to possibly look for particular magic items. I haven't really looked for anything very much because at the moment I've got one of the items that I really wanted. But there is the downtime stuff on looking for specific magic items, not just going, I want a magic item at this level.
So there's always a chance of random items.
Yeah.
My random table is quite large.
Yeah. But if you're saying, I want an X, it's possible to have someone look for that X. It just costs a lot.
And you could be commissioned, which costs less,
But may take longer.
takes amount of
It'll
time.
take definitely
It'll
time.
take
Plus,
time.
plus also takes access to the sort of people who can make that sort of stuff.
Depending on what it is, you might get in Rocco.
Well, yeah.
Rockholm, Alfheim, Galantry, they're the 3 cores of getting magical items created.
Yeah.
The dwarves don't deal in arcane, the elves deal mainly in nature magic, and
Yep.
Galantry deals with everything no one else wants to touch. Literally.
Yeah. All of which can be used for enchanting magic stuff. Because things like getting my existing armor and making it more protective, for example.
That's all doable.
Yeah, and it's doable by almost anybody.
The elves more so than anyone
Depending
else.
on,
Yeah.
depending on
Yes.
how you want to make it protected. it's not so
Well,
bad.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. If I go and get it done in Rockholm, they're going to weld diamonds all over it and go, right, it's more protective
It's going to
now.
make it fortification.
Yeah. Whereas you go for, say, other enchanters, maybe gnomes or something like that, would make it more lucky, which makes it harder to hit. Somebody else may make it just tougher. Lots of ways to do
Some
it.
of them will make you tougher, so it's like, why are you wearing this? Your skin's a bit hard. I was like, really? I can't shave. Snap, 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 snap.
Yeah.
But
That's okay.
my tone with
Because
the
you
girl
should shave in the
was-
morning before you get dressed.
when you have to shave using a using a grinder.
That's what I mean. You shave in the morning before you get dressed, and therefore put the armour on, and therefore get your hardest hit.
No, he's talking about just making the hardest skin.
But only when you're in the armour.
He wasn't talking about that.
No, because otherwise it would be, because we're talking about a bonus on your armor that
yes.
improves your armor class.
Yes, but they might go, oh, we'll just do this instead, and
You can
But
get
that would be on
tattoos.
your armor then.
that's an interesting thought too.
And magic tattoos do exist in the world.
Yep.
Apparently.
Runes are the worst ones to get.
I don't know, Max said pretty bad.
Why? Because they carved into you, or what?
No, there are lesser and greater runes. Stefan's character on the Friday night game is learning the lesser runes.
Mhm.
The greater runes can pretty much kill a person if they're inscribed in you.
Okay. So, who would do it?
The Norse, the Vikings,
Okay.
Right.
and the Dwarves. The Dwarves love doing it too.
Runologists.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can get that in the Northern Reaches, Rockholm, and Lantry. Lantry does all the magic. Lantry, nothing is forbidden, except for clerics.
And everything is known. Or at least should be, or they want it to be.
Everything is known, they'll tell you
Everything
that.
is secret.
It doesn't mean it's not known, it's just saying secret.
Yes, everything is secret.
You don't know that it's known, but it's known.
Yes, everything is secret, but somebody will know it.
That's right.
Very
Sort of
good.
find
If you don't
it.
know about it, that's just because it's a secret.
And shall put this on the end thingy.